We have a voiceover artist. By the way, sometimes I do voiceover artist. Okay, you might have heard some of my words on radio. For some people, I do that too on the side. Okay, since it's not my main thing, if you come for that service, I won't charge you too much. But of course, I will also not be at loss. Okay. Then digital publishing, because it's not easy to preserve this voice. All right. Digital publishing, that's put it on international bookstores, Amazon and the likes. We do all of these things for you. Then hard copy publishing. As at yesterday, I was in Lagos. One of our clients was celebrating. I was launching a book, Shades of Red. I think I brought it here, Shades of Red. So we published and we printed the book for her. All right. So anywhere you are in the world, we can get your book delivered to you. Then website development, you can count on us on that. These are just a few of the many things we do. Anytime you think content, I want you to think the book Surgeons International. All right, so you can see this doctor here, photoshopped surgeon. So we are the book Surgeons. So let's help you tell your story and share that message so that you can help your world too. Okay, a book is coming out of this particular program that we are doing, and the book is to teach other people how to do something like this, how to organize this, how to manage things, and all of those things. Are we together? Are we together? Is okay, this is the book. This is the book. You see, Shades of Red. I didn't come with much copies, they are all at home. So we have that's the book there. Okay? We give you quality print. Quality print. And you patronize you. The Lord will bless you in Jesus' name. In Allah's name, the Lord will bless you. The Lord will bless you. I know you talk. I know you talk. Okay, so we are moving straight into what we have today. We are moving straight into what we have today. I will leave my speakers to actually do the introduction themselves, because I know I don't want to, because if I to recite their bio or their profile, I'm going to add more salt and pepper to it. All right. So I want them to do the introduction themselves. I will bring in the first speaker here right now. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
There's even one session we usually do before we start our program. That's what we dance. Okay, everybody dances. But I can see a lot of people are ready. They don't want to do it. Don't worry. You are still coming to that session. You will dance today. That dance you fail to dance inside church. You dance it here. And by the way, you know this program is usually held Saturdays, right? But today we had it on Sunday. I had my fears. And yesterday the program was held here. So they said that today is cancelled. And I look at my schedule. I was from Monday down to yesterday, I was in 4 different states. 4 different states, moving from here to this place, making lives better. Okay? So I said, okay, let's try this. Will people come on Sunday? Let's give it a try. And when I told my bosses too, they also gave me a yes. And since I've gotten yes from them, I know that this will definitely happen. Please celebrate yourself. I will not be angry. I will not be angry if someone slaps you and you smile. Because I say celebrate yourself. They are clapping as if they are clapping for me. I'm talking about yourself. You that you are carefully and wonderfully made. You that you are a nation. What do you do? All right. We have our first speaker. How many of you know Sidney? Have you Googled him? You didn't do background check. All right. You are ready to be blown away. Ladies and gentlemen, mommies and daddies, papas and mamas, with a standing ovation, let's invite to the podium no other person, our first speaker for today, and no other than Mr. Ayodele Alade, the CEO, Sidney Group. Please let us jam hands together while we also here to this honorable platform. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for being here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like it to be an interactive session. Otherwise, you guys will bore me to death if you are very quiet. So please, as much as possible, let's make it very, very interactive. I'm here to talk to you about my journey, my businesses, the ones you know, the ones you don't know. Majority of my businesses you would not know. But I think I'd like to start by telling you I employ close to 1,000 people, and I've been at this game for 11 years. So can you all hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I'll talk to you about my journey. I'll talk to you about my businesses, and then we can have sort of informal discussion about entrepreneurship, and then take it like that. I didn't want to come with a rigid structure. I wanted to make it a bit more interactive. So my name is Ayodele Alade. I'm 38 years old, and the reason I tell you my age is to encourage you. I'm not 55, I'm 38.
Wow.
I started first business in 2011. I was 27 when I started dating farms. My qualification, I have a BSc in Maths and Geology. And I'm doing nothing related to geology, but a lot is related to mathematics when you're counting money. So that's the qualification. So my field of business, it can be divided into two. Where by we, I mean I'll explain my businesses and the structures so that you understand a bit better. So we're invested in agriculture and we're invested in hospitality. So our major businesses that are major employers of labor are in agriculture. In agriculture, we have a poultry farm. I started in 2011, and it's located in Kwara State. So the majority of what I'll tell you, you can verify, please. So I'm not here to blow you away. I'm here to tell you my experience the last 11 years, and this is very, very practical and very real. So we started in 2011 in Offa. And what we started as a poultry farm, just producing eggs, large scale. When I mean large scale, we produce, at the peak of our production, we had maybe 150,000 birds, which means every day we produce about 3,000 crates of egg. You know, so people will look at it as egg, but I see each egg as being 20 naira or 30 naira. So I see it as the chickens laying money. So we started in 2011, and then we've gone to expand. Now we have we don't do layers anymore. We do processed chicken. So we kill about 15,000 chickens every day, and you find our chickens in ShopRite, the place, KFC, and so we have direct labor. Those are our staff that are on our payroll every month. We have about 300 people that are employed full time every month at our poultry business. Indirect labor, those are people that are casuals that sort of come on and off. We have another maybe 281 people. So in that business, we employ about 581. So we started business in 2012. In 2016, we decided we wanted to sell some equity to some investors. So we sold 45% of our health, and they came in. By 2017, we moved to full processing of chicken. We launched our brand of chicken called Hybrid Chicken. By 2018, we saw that our revenues had increased by 50% just by changing what we were producing. By 2019, our revenues have grown by 200%. And by 2020, we had the COVID outbreak. So business was a bit slow, but revenue still grew by 5%, and by 2021, we've grown by another 150%. So just to put it in context, it's like starting with 100 naira, and then maybe 10 years later you're on 1,000 in terms of how much the volume of business that you're doing. So we've grown quite significantly. Every business must have a mission and a vision. You know, that's what keeps you grounded. You must always remember that why you got into business in the first place, and what keeps you going. So for our poultry business, the mission is to become a household name in the Nigerian poultry industry, and then our overall mission is to enrich the lifestyle of Nigerians through the provision of quality and affordable poultry products. So our core values, quality is big for us. We don't do anything shaky. Customer satisfaction is good because if you have a satisfied customer, they will always come back. Environmental and social responsibility, because if you destroy the environment in which you produce, then you have nowhere else to produce whatever value that you are giving. Integrity is key, because nobody wants to do business with anybody who is shady. Passion and fun is very important. I realize that you spend the majority of your life at work, whether you like it or not. You work Monday to Friday, then you spend more time at work than even with your family members. So it's important that there's always fun at your place of employment, and people are passionate about it. And we're also talent driven. We employ professionals and the best people in their field. So this just breaks down what we do. We have a breeder farm where we produce day-old chicks. It's day-old chicks that we later grow that become the chicken that we process. So next we have a hatchery where we have the chickens. On average, every week we will produce about 300,000 day-old chicks, and this we will distribute between our farm and our outgrowers. And this in turn is what we process at our processing plant. Next slide. So just the breeder farm, like I said, it has a capacity of 42,000 birds, like that. Next. This is our hatchery, where we had 14,400. That's the capacity per month, but we're doing up like I said. Next. Then we have broiler houses. Some are automated, some are not automated. So we are able to stock about 150,000 in our own broiler houses. At the moment, we're doing about 125,000. Next. So we have outgrowers. Outgrowers are mainly farmers that have their own farms that we contract to raise birds for us. And this has been an important source of raw materials for us. The outgrower program we started, I think, in 2019, and it accounted for 21% of all the birds that we process in our facility. By 2020, the outgrower program accounted for 68% of what we process in our facility, which means majority of what we process, we outsource it to other people to grow, and then we buy it back from them. So these are some other interesting figures. That's our processing plant. We can process about 1,200 birds every hour, and we distribute it Nigeria-wide. Next. So these are some of our clients: Chicken Republic, KFC, Sundry Markets, Master Meat, The Place, and Nutreco. So, like I said, some businesses are popular, some businesses are not popular. So with this one, you will never see our products on the shelves, but we're doing volumes, and it's a very quiet business. Not a noisy business, very quiet, but we're doing volumes. Our second business in agriculture is called Hillcrest Agro-Allied, and what we are is a rice mill. We process rice. So these are our brands of rice. We have two brands. That's Ultimate, which is our premium, and then we have Famous, which is our normal rice. Next. So this is our factory. We just completed an expansion. We produce every day. Prior to the expansion, we're producing about 2,000 bags of 50 kg rice every day. Now we're able to produce about 5,000 bags of 50 kg rice every day. I'm sure you all know the price of rice. You can do the math, and then you can get an idea of our revenue. But I will not quote figures here, but you can do the math and get a rough idea of what sort of revenues we do. So we process 26 metric tons per hour between our two plants. Next slide. And we distribute Nigeria-wide. So there's no corner of Nigeria where we do not distribute our product. I started this business in 2012. So I'm able to sit here and talk to you because most of these businesses I started myself. It was started by my father, it was started by my mother, I started it myself, so I'm able to talk to you about these businesses. So we started in 2012, and we have grown every year. We've grown some 100-fold every year. So we started processing 6 metric tons per hour, which is about 6,000 kilos. Now we do about 26,000 kilos every hour, and we have 2 plants. Next. So our mission is to add value to the nutrition and overall well-being of Africans. You know, while you want to make money, we also want to make impact, which means you want to provide quality. So when you eat our rice, you are well assured that you know, it's nutritious, it's fresh, and it's added to your overall health and well-being. Our vision is to be most profitable and respected agro-allied processing company in sub-Saharan Africa over the next 5 years. The vision is a hard one, but every day that's what keeps us working. Next. So our philosophy, seek partnership with government, investors, suppliers, distributors, and employees to create a win-win valuable proposition. It's important that in every situation there's a win-win. That's what I want you guys to understand. Every transaction is important that there's a win-win. If one party feels slighted or cheated, then there will not be a repeat of that transaction. And business is all about repeat. You know, you are doing the same thing, but it is repeat. You get it. So let me talk about the next speaker. If you go to a salon and you feel it's overpriced, but you feel you have to do your hair there, then next time you are looking for somewhere else that is cheaper and you feel it's a bit of a bargain. But if you go to a salon and you feel that he offers great service at the best price, then most likely you won't bother yourself looking around. You go back time after time. So business is all about repeats, a repeat of an existing transaction. So our focus is to make sure that it's a win-win situation between us and our customers, between us and the government, and us and stakeholders that we deal with. We're committed to our mission, vision, and our core values. And while we want to make profit, we make sure that's not our sole goal in life, is just to make profit at all costs. We make sure that it is long-term and it is sustainable, and we believe the profits will come after. And the community in which we play, because we play large scale, which means we must disrupt whatever community we play. I think we occupy over 200 hectares where we produce. So we have neighbors, we have farmers, we have different people that we deal with. So we want to impact the community in which we play, and then we want to deliver quality consistently. It's hard to deliver quality consistently. What is difficult is one day maybe you deliver a good product, the next day you might have issues. You know, nothing is straightforward. You know, so consistency is the hardest task in any business venture. You get it. When you scale to our own size, then you understand that you have different sets of people working for you, and everybody must produce the same product with the same set of specifications. So consistency becomes an issue. So we strive, to make sure that we consistently deliver on our product quality and make sure that we are competitive, and we spend a lot of money on research and innovation. Next, please. So this is just a rough idea for entrepreneurs. This is our structure. We have an advisory board. I'm the CEO. Reporting to me, I have a technical assistant, a personal assistant. Then we have this sort of complicated structure, operations and finance and stuff like that. Just a rough organogram that we operate. Next. So these are pictures of our plant. Next, please. So we are heavily invested in machinery and personnel as well. Next. So our processes, sourcing, we have to get the raw materials that we use. We go as far as West Africa. So we don't get our raw materials from Nigeria. We get as far as Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad. So we have footprints in all those areas. Then we get it down to the factory where we process. It undergoes a bit of processing. We package and then we distribute Nigeria-wide. Next, please. So just a few more jargons about what we do. Next. So this is where we are. 26 metric tons per hour. Every day we produce close to 5,000 bags of rice, and we distribute that Nigeria-wide. I think in this business we employ about 287 people full-time, and indirectly we have close to about 300 people. I'm talking about the laborers that must offload and load trucks, people that must clean the factory, people that do other sort of tasks that are directly related but are not on our payroll. So in this business we employ close to about 600. So between both my businesses, I told you we've employed over 1,000 people, and we've been doing this since 2011. The key thing is we've been doing it quietly, and that's the beauty of it. So I'm sure if we never had the opportunity to speak about this, you would never know about me, and I would never know about you. But we are quietly employing labor in Kwara State. I think the only people that know about everybody are people that collect tax. Because wherever you are, they will find you. Whether you employ one, whether you employ two, they must find you. But this is our business. And this side of the business, I call this is the serious stuff. You know, it requires a lot of seriousness. Our other investments they are a lot more fun, and they reflect my personality. Next, so just a few more pictures to show you what our factory looks like. This was during construction, so they're quite big factories. It takes us about 2 years to build a factory, and we source equipment from all over the world, from Japan, from Thailand, from India. We get equipment from all over the world, and then installing the equipment takes anywhere between 12 months and 16 months. So it's a tedious process that takes a lot of balls, let's put it that way. Because when you embark on a project of this magnitude, a lot of things change from when you think about your project. So just give you a rough example. Let's say you want to buy something from overseas. You think you want to buy it, and you say you want to buy it in 2 weeks' time. Maybe today dollar is 600. By the time you wake up in 2 weeks' time, dollar is 800. Maybe they say dollar has gone to 800. It affects the cost of freight. It affects the cost of everything. So when you do a project of this magnitude, you know things are changing every day. Your 2 naira today is what 1 naira 20 kobo tomorrow. So you have to be creative in how you look for money and how you ensure that you deliver your project. So yeah, these are the serious parts of our business. Next, Fernandez. So that's our rice. Next. So the more popular ones, or the ones that you guys might have heard of, these are the fun stuff. I call them easy stuff. These ones are, to me, they are my hobby. They are not really my serious business. The serious business is what I've just spoken about. So in hospitality, we're invested in restaurants, apartments, and things like that. Our most popular restaurant in Ilorin is called Sidney. It's just behind here. But we have other businesses that we do. So I'll just go through briefly most of our businesses, and then we'll talk about this journey. So I think my first business outside of the big businesses was I think Sidney Apartment. We started in 2017. It's in Okeodo. What we wanted to do was provide short-let services for people who came from outside town. And then after that, we started New Flamingo, I think in 2018. Then we have Playport, 2020. Then we have a whole bunch of businesses. So the fun businesses, they employ about 80 staff, and it's still growing. Next. So what led to Sidney was I wanted to create a place for memorable experience through exceptional service. I had moved to Ilorin in 2011, and Ilorin was exceptionally boring back then. You can imagine, you have to live in Ilorin full time since 2011. And I found out that the only places where you could go to really have exciting moments were maybe Kwara Hotel was the safest place, and you go and eat Don't let me throw any shade. You know, you had birthdays, you had celebrations, you had dates, and the only place you could go to was Quara Hotel. But my belief is hotels don't have any business with doing things that are exceptional. The specialty of a hotel is accommodation, not really food, not really creating that experience that you want. So that's what led to starting most of our businesses. You create something a bit more special. If it's your daddy's 60th, where do you take him? Where do you make memories? You know, there has to be a special place. You can't just take him for a you take a picture of car park. It's impossible. So we had to do better and create more fun in Ilorin. So that was it. So our vision through a shared experience, we're dedicated to uncompromising quality of our food, service, people, and profit, while taking extraordinary care of our customers and staff. We will continuously endeavor to surpass our accomplishments and be recognized as a front runner in our industry. So to be a front runner comes with a lot of heat. So we will take it on social media, we will take it everywhere, we will take shade everywhere. But I think our goal is clear: to provide exceptional service. Exceptional service is not for everybody. Not everybody can afford the exceptional service. So we expect some heat. We expect some throwback, but we will always run as a front runner. Next, so we have the apartment in Okeodo providing short-let services to people, and it's a civil operation. Next, so this is what it looks like when we started in 2017. Next, so what they do: short and long-term stay. People shoot pictures and videos of birthdays. We offer airport shot to generation likes to party. So we offer avenues for party, bridal showers, and things like that. Next. Our target market, families from out of town, coming for functions such as weddings, burials, honeymoons, professionals coming for meetings, couples who want to get away. But I think the irony, I'll throw in a bit of humor every now and then. The irony now in our generation, you can get away. You can't get away from NDLA or EFCC. So it's a disadvantage to be young in this generation that we live in. So you can run, but you can't hide. Next. So this is what it looked like when we started in 2017. I just wanted something different where I could stay, where people could stay, and stuff like that. Next. 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 So yeah, so our restaurant is at the back here. I think that's what we're best known for in Ilorin. I dare say we have the best restaurant in town, and it's 3 years old. And if you doubt it, you are invited to come and experience it. Try it and go around. And if you find somewhere better, we will refund you. It's a claim that we take very, very seriously, because every day we strive to be the best in town. But I think, you know, we're entrepreneurs here. So I'll go off track. One of the reasons for starting the restaurant was to create a place that was exciting for people in town. You know, you had a date, you're excited, you're taking a girl on a date. Where do you go to? You wanted to go somewhere nice. Or somebody's birthday, your family, where do you go and celebrate? You want to go somewhere nice. But more importantly, personally for me, was when we started the restaurant, was when EFCC was really out and about for everybody. You know, you grew a beard. Before you identified yourself, you have chopped too slack. You say you're a young boy before you remove your ID card. You know, so it was important for us to get a place where people could network safely. You knew people that came, they had genuine jobs, genuine interests. So I dare say, and I'm sure it applies to a fellow speaker. You know, at the age in our lives where what is important is more networking, meeting people of value, meeting people who can make a difference, than being packed with people who are doing clandestine activities. So it was important for us to create a place that was safe, where anybody could come. You're a pastor, you could come. You're an imam, you could come. You know, it wasn't shady. So that was the reason Sidney was set up, to create a place that is safe, a place where you can network, a place that is free from harassment. You know, you could come, you could have fun, and nobody was going to harass you. So yeah, you you see that we are conveniently located opposite the FCC.
Yes.
Our business is nice and open, so you are free to investigate us. So that was our reason for opening Sidney. So yeah, next. So a few pictures. Next. So we have a pizzeria, we have a formal restaurant, and then we have an outdoor bar. Next. So that's what it looks like for those who haven't been there. Next. So like I said, we do birthday parties, we offer buffets. It's just a safe place to chill. Just come to see anything food. I think we're on top of it. Next. So we do fun stuff like we have parties every year as well. At the end of every year we have fun parties where we celebrate the year, we celebrate our accomplishments, and we have parties that the public is invited to. So we've had a couple of parties. We had a glow party. I think that was in 2019. Next. I think we had the reggae night a while ago. Next. I think our biggest party has been the one with Fireboy in 2020. That was just shortly after COVID. 2021 we're taking a break, but 2022 will give you another party to remember. Next. So yeah, like I said, Blue Flamingo, that's a formal restaurant, and then we have a bar. Next. A few more pictures of people just having fun. Next. So yeah, pizzeria. So we have smaller outlets. We have the airport. In case you're flying out, you see us at the departure lounge. Because we noticed the only thing to eat at the airport was just crackers and Fanta. There's more to life when you're hungry than crackers and Fanta. We will have a decent meal, so that's why we're in the airport, just providing services. Next, we have another restaurant in Okyodo. It's called Claypot. Next. So yeah, Claypot is mainly to cater for people in that axis of town, so they don't have to come to this side to get decent meals. Next. So these are the pictures of Claypot. And we have a Claypot Express located, I think, opposite Lipa as well, just to make sure that the students there don't die of bad food as well. So this is what it looks like. So I dare say we invest in this. We make sure whatever we do is decent. We put a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of thinking, a lot of money into it to make sure that when you come, you have a decent experience, free from typhoid and diarrhea and flies. But yeah, I say the furthest part of our business is we have what is called Insomnia by Claypot. We open on Thursday nights, and we're in Okyodo as well. And I think for those who crawl at night, I would say you are invited to party with us and get a feel for yourself. Next. So this is what it looks like at Insomnia. I think on a good night we host over 500 people, and we run till about 6 a.m. It opens at around 11 to 6 a.m. It's called Insomnia for a reason. For people who cannot sleep. For people who cannot sleep. You find a place with like minds. Yeah. So I think that's the end of my introduction. So yeah, I'll take maybe another 10 minutes just to interact with you guys before I hand over the floor to the next speaker. So do you want to ask me questions, or do you want me to go through my journey? Which way do you want us to take it?
Time for questions are coming.
Time for questions. So you want me to go through my journey? Okay. So like I said, I'll show you my businesses. It's been 11 years of grind, quietly grinding. My personality is, I would say I'm antisocial, but I'm very quiet. So majority of 11 years has been spent building businesses, trying to ensure that we transition business from being maybe a smallholder business to a large-scale business, to a business that has succession planning. So for our big businesses, we're in the middle of succession planning, which means the normal trend we take is you start a business, you grow your business. You grow it to a level where you can sell part of your business to other people so you can cash out. And then the real test is when your business can survive without you. So for our first business, we're at that level, which is our poultry farm. We sold 45% to an investor. We still own majority, but the business runs itself. I don't interfere with the business. We sit down every quarter, we look at the books, we have a board meeting, and everybody goes their way. For our second business, we're in that journey, and we're hoping that this year we sell some equity as well, pull out some cash from the business, leave the business, let it run independently. I think that is the end goal, or that should be the end goal for every entrepreneur. You grow your business to a level where you can sell, if it becomes attractive to sell to investors, you pull out a bit of money. If you like, you retain majority. If you like, you retain minority. Some people sell majority of their businesses and retain a minority. But I guess the goal is different for each entrepreneur. But for me, I guess is work hard, grow your business, sell your business, and then some people will sell and relax, some people will sell and start another business. So it depends on your calling. So what gives me joy personally is I'm a serial entrepreneur, which means anywhere I see opportunity, I invest. I don't care if it's chewing gum, I don't care if it's chalk. If I see the opportunity, I will invest in it. So, I keep investing. That's the only thing that gives me joy, and that's the only thing that gives me fulfillment. So, who is an entrepreneur? I'll ask you that question. There's a lot of textbook definition of who an entrepreneur is, but I'll give you my definition. So an entrepreneur is somebody who is passionate about discovering opportunities and exploiting opportunities for a profit. So when I say discovering opportunities, it doesn't matter where the opportunity is. So if we look at Africa and say who's our biggest entrepreneur in Nigeria, you say Dangote. Do you guys think Dangote knows the chemical composition of cement? Yeah, it's not bothered with. Does he know how to refine petroleum? No. But you see an opportunity. You see that 1 + 1 here is equals to 5. Then you exploit the opportunity. That's an entrepreneur. You look at the opportunity. So you don't come and say, some entrepreneurs will be specialists. Don't get me wrong. You could be a specialist. You could be, let's say, a specialist in food. And what you want to do centers around food. But the whole idea of entrepreneurship is seeing an opportunity where others don't. You see it, you exploit it, and you exploit it. Exploitation is not necessarily a bad word. I don't mean you exploit like a bad guy. Exploit it to create value, exploit it to create impact, exploit it to create opportunities for others. So I am an entrepreneur. So why entrepreneurship? Why did I go down this path? Prior to starting business in 2011, I worked overseas. I worked and lived overseas, and I had a decent job, very decent job back then. I think at the age of 26, I was getting paid about $200,000 because I had finished with a degree in geology, and so I was doing mining. So the pay was very decent, but deep inside me there was no satisfaction, and we all measure satisfaction in different ways. So I'll give you an example that is pertinent to now. Majority of people are migrating now. I'm sure we all know somebody who has the term japa. We all know somebody who has japa. Majority of people they are migrating overseas. And you can't blame anybody who migrates. There's no reason to blame anybody. Because we all want different things out of life. Some people want security, some people want good school for their kids, some people want predictability. Knowing that, okay, your 1 naira today, you get your 1 naira tomorrow, and things like that. So for a whole host of reasons, different people jump. But I guess my own brain is wired differently. The predictability of life is what annoys me. That 1 naira today is 1 naira tomorrow. Why can't 1 naira today be 10 naira tomorrow? When you are in a paid employment, you sort of understand the trajectory in which you are going. You understand how much your employer will add to your salary. Fernandez, I'm not saying this so you resign. Fernandez works for you. So you should not be here hearing this. No. But so entrepreneurship is not for everybody. You get it. And there's no shame because you are not an entrepreneur. There's no shame in doing a normal paid employment. It's not everybody. It's just the same way everybody's not called to be a pastor. Everybody's not called to be an imam. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. But there are a few of us that are crazy enough to try entrepreneurship. So for me, it was because I was tired of the predictability of life. You know, how we 1 naira today, become 1 naira tomorrow. I'll start here as a junior geologist in 25 years. I know where I'll be. It was just so boring. There was nothing exceptional like, oh, tomorrow, you know, you got to make X, Y, Z. You know, so I left my paid employment. I came to Nigeria, started the poultry business. And you know, that's what gives me joy. You see an opportunity, you explore it. Most times it will fail. That's the other part most people won't tell you. Most times it will fail, but occasionally you will pass. So recently I've been struggling, and the reason I've been struggling is when you hear stories of entrepreneurs in Nigeria, nobody ever talks about the failures. Have you guys noticed?
Yes, sir.
Nobody will ever tell you about the failures. If you read maybe a few people's biographies, it's all about how I made it, how I was a genius, how I saw the opportunity, how you get it. People, so nobody really talks about, the sacrifice, the pain, the grind, the moments of zero self-confidence. You get it? Nobody really talks about it. But I think that is the heart of entrepreneurship. So for those who are here today, who are aspiring entrepreneurs or who are entrepreneurs, I'm not here to discourage you. Or how would they say in debate? I'm here to convince you, I'm not to confuse you. No, I'm here to tell you the honest truth. Because it's a journey I've walked for the past 11 years. So when I tell you these things, they are first hand. Entrepreneurship will punish you. That's, if you are not ready to be punished, just go and look for paid employment. You will lose money. A lot of money. You will lose people. Staffs will come, they will go, and stuff like that. Businesses will fail. Some businesses will fail and you can walk away. Some businesses will fail at a scale that it will affect your whole life. Some businesses will fail. What you have pledged is your house. What you have pledged as collateral is other things. You get taken away from you. You start from square one again. Businesses will fail. You hear rumors outside. It's a small world we live in. All you hear now is this business pay embezzled money. Nobody really understands the crux of business. What happened? But you're 11 years. I started my first staff in 2011. Now, glory be to God, I have 1,100 staff. It really doesn't tell you that it's another side. There are moments where I couldn't sleep. There are moments when it's you and your banker, more toe to neck. You get it. There are moments where you lose money. There are moments where it's your customer swearing for you. The amount of only people in our business will understand. That when business is going good, the customer will pray for you. Yes. When business is going bad, the amount of sweat will give you. But you need, like I said, keyword. You need courage. You need determination. You need both. And you need a good supporting structure. You get it? What most of us lack is that supporting structure. I'll give you an example now. He's not young in business. He's been in business for a while. Maybe you are young in business. A supporting structure doesn't necessarily mean somebody to give you money or bail you out whenever you're in trouble. But somebody to talk to. To say, hey, guy, I cannot, this month, things are a bit difficult. We cannot pay salaries, And if you have somebody who's well advanced in business, then they can share their stories with you. Say, hey, 5 years ago, man, we were in deep shit. To pay salary was a problem. This is what we did about it. This is how we did it. You pay junior staff first. You get somebody just to talk you through this process, so that you understand that it is not an anomaly. You are not a failure. You get it. But most times we don't have that sort of support structure, and it's no fault of anybody's. One is either we come from backgrounds where maybe our parents are not business people. Imagine if your father was a lecturer and you are a businessman. What does the lecturer know about business? It's probably more well versed in ASU strike than business. Where I tell your father that you can't pay salary, maybe say we too, no work, no pay. How does that help your current situation? It doesn't help your current situation. So if you have, that's why networking is important. You have people who are a lot more advanced. So younger people who have older people as friends, you get it. It's friendship. You get it. It's a source of motivation. It's a source of encouragement. You get it when people share their stories. You know. So if this was a session of the hardship of entrepreneurship, by the time I give you my story, you go and buckle your belt and get out there and you go and hustle. Because if I can survive, then obviously you must find a way. You must find a way to survive. So my advice, network. Find people with like minds. You get it. It's a bit harder. Like I said, I'm 38. The shoe I'm wearing is the shoe of somebody who is 60 something. But I wear it well. I've just grown across from it. But it comes at a price. And the price is, my other mates who are 38 are probably working in banks. Maybe they are bank managers. So their responsibilities are different. You get it? Maybe they are thinking, how do we meet target? I'm thinking of how do I pay salary for 1,100 people. If I don't pay tomorrow, maybe there'll be mutiny. Maybe they'll be carrying placard. You get it? They'll be carrying placard. You get it? So, our responsibilities are different. So when we sit down and we discuss, you might be discussing promotion, me I'm discussing survival because I'm on the verge of death. You get it? So there's a price to pay, in terms of friendship, in terms of relationship. But when I discuss with other entrepreneurs, younger or whatever problem I'm facing on a mega scale, we are facing it on a smaller scale. Is it lack of raw materials? Is it lack of customers that you are facing? You get it? Is it staff that are incompetent? Name it. We're all facing the same problem on a mega scale. So there are creative ways to get out of this problem, and sharing stories. That's what it does. Oh, I couldn't pay salary. How do you do it? Okay, why don't you break your salary into 3? Pay your most junior staff because they are the most vulnerable. Pay them first. Pay the second set of people. Pay them maybe 2-3 days later. Then your most senior staff maybe they can wait. Real life experiences, so that you don't burden yourself with that pressure of running around trying to look for solutions when you can discuss with somebody and you can find that solution. So why entrepreneurship? I've told you. It's because I was just tired of no. I needed something different. I needed something that was not predictable. By being unpredictable, it has two sides. On the Dangote side, or the poor side. Or you can say you like unpredictability. You can hammer, or you can suffer. So don't let me say everybody that will come tomorrow and say it doesn't like predictability or sufferness the outside. You will suffer. So but for me, that was the bigger picture. I wanted something different. And with the area of businesses I own, you can sort of get a good idea. Or we'll do party today, tomorrow we are doing dinner, next tomorrow we are selling rice, or we are selling chicken to Chicken Republic. Whatever the job is, we wear a suit, we go and speak grammar at Chicken Republic or the place. We get it done, you get it. Or we sit down in L'Oreal and think, okay, who is coming this year? And it looks like it's a Shakir that is trending. It's a large, it's a vast area, and that's what gives me joy. Being able to play around with different ideas. But the goal at the end of the day is to exploit an opportunity and make impact and make money. So a bonus is if you can have fun doing it, then I think that's the best. So yeah, I told you about both sides of entrepreneurship. There's the good side, there's the bad side. We'll find another day to talk about the bad side of entrepreneurship and how you will survive it. But yeah, I guess my main advice to you guys is if you are embarking on this journey of entrepreneurship, I think you should remove any romance from your mind that it's going to be easy. except you have all these big brother sponsors that are giving you anonymous car up and down. real life is hard. You will lose money. You will be close to God by force. When you realize all hope is lost, there's no more money, you will be close to God. How many people are Yoruba here? It's because I was an adage in Yoruba. When I was younger, and before I started business, when older people will pray for you, you know, the best line they'll give is Ashiri Abo. And I thought to myself, you know, I thought to myself, what the hell? I didn't kill anybody. I don't have any skeleton in my cupboard. So what is Ashiri Abo? Guys, I find that prayer up and down. How you pay your salaries? You know, how you keep everybody happy? How you keep the equation balanced? Nobody knows, you know, but you survive. That is the secret of that prayer. Your secret will be covered. Your secrets will be covered. You know, nobody knows how you do it. You know, but you keep trying. You know, even you yourself, you don't know how you do it. There are moments that I've thought to myself, it's finished. Man, tomorrow I just won't carry it. But you survive. You find a way to survive. You find a way to try. And you know that's the secret of that prayer. Ashiriabo. So most people won't understand when they pray for you. Back then I didn't have Ashiriabo. And I come again. I repeat it again. That's when it must cover. This secret of how I'm succeeding, it must cover. It's hard. Entrepreneurship is hard. I can't say it enough. So whoever, for those of you who are aspiring entrepreneurs, my advice is you have to be ready to dig deep. Deep. I can't say deep. If you think you are dug deep, you dig deep like borehole, no well. You dig deep. You get it. Because you get to a point where all your options are exhausted. Help from left, you know, whether you look forward to your parents, you exhausted their resources. Whether you look forward to your friends, they are borrow. Oh, you're a serial debtor. There's no more help. Then you have to become creative in the way you go about business. You get it? But we all have that illusion that money can solve everything. And we are not the most creative when we have money. We are very foolish when we have money. But just think you have a problem, you throw money at it. What's the problem? Throw money at it. But when you have no money, there's a part of the brain that opens up and ideas start coming. So it will be a rough journey, especially in Nigeria. In Nigeria, you're responsible for everything. Your own security, your own electricity, your own NEPA, your own everything. So business has another level of complication because you have to provide for everything in Nigeria. So you have to be ready for all these challenges. But at the end of the day, when you get it right, you know, when it's a matter of time. I think that's a good part. It's not if you get it right, when you get it right. Because if you keep repeating the same thing over and over, some people call it foolishness. But it depends. If you look at it this way now, if you keep doing the same activity over and over again, then you become a master at that singular activity because you have repeated it so many times. So in entrepreneurship, it's a matter of when. Your when could be 1 year. Some people went 20 years. Some people went 50 years. Don't say, if you look at the guy KFC, the guy got it right at the age of 52. If you look at Mark Zuckerberg, maybe 26. So don't work with anybody's clock. Your when will come when your when. So don't, please, you know, all these adages make sense the older you get. When they say all fingers are not equal, it means everybody's time is different. It could be my time today, your time to come in 5 years' time. What might make you successful might not even be trending now. Who knew TikTok would be trending 10 years ago? 10 years ago, we were doing a high five. What was the high five? What name was MySpace? Where are they now? They are gone. So, you know, everybody's time is different, but you have to be persistent. I think lastly, if you are tired, guys, If you are tired and the opportunity to jump out comes, jump out.
That's on Marvel.
They say the coward lives to fight another day. Don't go and die in this struggle. Nobody remember you when you are dead. So if you have the opportunity to go and jack back, go and get energy and come back, I advise you to please jack back, refresh yourself, get energy, and come back. It's a question all entrepreneurs will ask themselves: when is the right time to leave your business? When is the right time to sell your business? Sometimes business becomes so difficult. You think, okay, maybe I should just quit. You know, it's something that we deal with every day. Every day, you know. So when I saw the topic, I said I should come and share my story, how I did it. Guys, I haven't done it. I'm still doing it. I never reach where they go. So I can't tell you how I did it. How I'm doing it, that's what I'll tell you. So today is a different struggle. Tomorrow I'll wake up, it's a different struggle. But your job as an entrepreneur is to wake up every day and solve problems. It could be problems that Nigeria throws at you. It could be problems that, the space throws at you. I don't know which space you play in. It could be problems that competition throws at you. You know, the only thing that is certain in this life is competition. You do something, you are doing well, somebody opens up next to you, you are sharing customer, it forces you to be innovative. We don't have a monopoly on business. And you look at it two ways. That's the beauty of life. The beauty of life is you can choose whatever path you want to go. Nobody restricts you. You can start whatever business you want to do, and you have that freedom. Imagine if you couldn't start business. It was only one person that did only one business in this life. Then we are all doomed now. You can imagine we only had only one tailor, and nobody else can sew. Because government say nobody else can sew. Then all of us will be lining up to sew. Imagine. But the beauty is that you look at something that somebody is doing, you know, and you feel like, okay, I could do better. Then you can try. You can start your own business. For whoever is doing it, it's a source of pain to say, who is this one again? Coming to steal a piece of the pie. But you know, competition forces you to up your game. You get it? So when you are doing it on a small scale, fine. We are doing it on a scale of billions, where you know you open today, you get raw materials today because you are the only one in Southwest. Somebody else open tomorrow next to you and you are sharing raw material, struggling to keep your factory well fed. You are struggling to retain your staff because they have added 10 naira, all the staff have run to the new factory. You know, your staff will run for 10 naira. There's only a few staff. Let me not say there's no loyalty. There's only a few staff that will remain loyal. But at the end of the day, everybody will run for the most silly reasons. The most silly reason. Somebody has been with you 10 years, just add 15 naira to his pay. He has gone. He doesn't want to do anything. So you are dealing with competition. So competition is both good and bad. It's bad when you're on the receiving side to say somebody has just moved into your turf, you know. He's doing everything, and people tell you he's doing everything better. He has find that machine, he treats his staff fine now. You know, he pay very quickly. I think, God, am I handicapped? Am I it's me, obviously, a starboard. So it's the same thing now. So, but you know, that's how life plays out now. You look at music. Let's pick a topic that's close out to music. Where's if you look at 2 years ago or 2-3 years ago, the guys that were trending in December, iPhone 1, iPhone 2, and they play today. You tell the DJ, you get it, because it's turn by turn. You know, that's the beauty of life. It's somebody's turn. You know, when it's your turn, you enjoy it. When another person's turn comes, you don't be for you go and buckle up. So it's the same thing in business. You know, it could be your turn. You have a monopoly because you had the idea first. You push it out first. But the important thing is that you have to stay on the idea. You can't sit down and say, yes, we have arrived. Yes, we are the only ones. You know, because somebody else is coming to do it better. Somebody else is coming to do it bigger. And somebody else is, you know, going to give you a lot of headache. When these things happen, when you face stiff competition, then you have to dig deep and look at what makes us unique. And then you have to call on things like friendships. Those are the important things. So whatever relationship you have with, say, your supplier, your customers, ensure it's a mutual relationship. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're trading, friendships. You get it. I do business with you because you're my friend. do business with you because we have something in common. So, guys, I wish you all well, and I hope most of you will stay. But if you japa, thank you.
First of all, you see, you forgot it then. First of all, introduction. Yeah, I did not hear this one. First of all, go down low. You didn't get it. Please let me celebrate Mr. Ayodele Alade. Today, thank you so much. Today we are discussing business strategy, right? And one of the beautiful things about business strategy is that it helps you to get prepared for opportunities. Okay? So please help me, join me by watching me as I tap my opportunity from Mr. Ayodele Alade, because he need to pass some anointing on me. Please, sir, let us take a picture. Let's start from there. Have you? Yes, so when I get to Sidney restaurant, you know your boss. So just watch us and we do anything you want to do. All right, sir. Please make it fine.
All right, thank you.
For one more time. All right, cool. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. All right, we are going to the next speaker. Okay, and I kid you not, you are in for a great time. Okay, a great time. You wouldn't regret your being here. If you are tired of being here, can I see your hand? No, be truthful. Be truthful. If you're tired of being here, all right, please. I want us to give a standing ovation. The standing is important for two reasons. Number one, to honor our speaker. Then secondly, to also help you stretch your aim. You get, all right? You know, some things are better said in Yoruba. We say them in English, you know, enter. Like, normal, like Ashiri Abu, you get. Please help me celebrate and bring to the stage no other person than Mr. AhmAd Lawal. Please help me celebrate it.
But unfortunately, it's hard to start on an unfortunate note. Unfortunately, on two notes, I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy each other very much today. So I'm suggesting that since it's a monthly thing, okay, maybe next month we'll have a full. So I'm just going to skim through things this month, and then I'll see you all next. All right. Yeah. So the first unfortunate part is that you who brought giants and placed in front of me. And I'm standing now. I'm standing behind that. Anything I do or say, I will not be seen. So, you know when you have figures like this, 1,000, by 5:30 and it's already 5:13. So, but I'll try and do as much intro in 15 minutes so that you have what to look forward to against next month. Yes. So, how many of us have businesses here? But how many of us don't have businesses but are planning to start a business? Some people are raising their hands more than once now. That's no, if you have any. If you don't have any at all. They are selling cockroach. At all. You don't have any at all. Or you are planning to start one. Let me see your hands. Nobody. So everybody has one business. Everything is online. You are selling bags. You are selling okay. Alright. So what I want us to talk about is strategy of, like the topic says, doing what works for profitability and sustainability. You see, that sustainability part, that's the cocoa of the matter. You saw that when he said that, you know, the business has started since 2011 and they're still there till now, I was the first person to clap. Because I know what it takes to sustain a business. Starting a business is like the easiest part. Especially in the area, people say that, Yoruba people say anybody that sells food, Okimputa. But that is a very, very big lie. I started, yes, I started Village Kitchen in, I think, October 2021. Today, it is no more. And I started it very big with pump and pageantry and all of that. And, you know, today, last year at Ilorin wedding party, it was Sidney on this side and Village Kitchen on this side. Today, if we are going to have another Ilorin, it's Sidney on this side, Village Kitchen is no more. So, just like he said, you know, people come here and tell you that, I've done this, and try to make you feel like they're geniuses. No. You might do one thing and it works, and then you do another thing and it fails, you know, so, but that's life. Nobody has a monopoly of success and failure. But you know, the distinguishing thing between core entrepreneurs and those who are just in it for a fling is that you succeed through the failures. You know, you keep on pushing and say, okay, well, I failed at this, let's try something else. In the last 2-3 years, I think I've done like, I've started like 4-5 businesses. Some are still crawling, some, like I mentioned, have died, some are doing well, some are about to be born, they are still in the belly. You know, so that's the thing. So there's no hard and fast rule. There's no, if you do it this way, you're 100% guaranteed success. Or if you don't do it this way, you're 100% guaranteed to fail. There's no hard and fast rule. What works for you might not work for the other person. What works for the other person might not actually work for you. But what is most important is that, you know, you have to be dedicated, you have to be consistent, you have to decide that, whoa, anyhow, we are here for the long haul. If we fail at this, we try something else. If we try this strategy and it doesn't work, we innovate and we try another strategy. So that's just basically it. You come out and you say you want to start selling shoe, and you have advertised like 100 different varieties of shoes. Nobody is buying anyone. What do you? And you have bought shoe. You have them in your, you have kept them. What do you do? Do you now start dashing them out? You think about another way. Okay, do I go and collaborate with a tailor and say, okay, anybody that sews the clothes from you, give them this offer of a shoe at a discount? You innovate. You think of new ideas, of new ways to there was a business that I started in. I have more business failure stories than business success stories. But you know, like one very successful person said, you only need to strike gold once. But you know, the funny thing about entrepreneurship is you don't know the one that you will do that will become gold. So you have to keep on trying. You have to keep on trying. But once you strike that gold once, it covers for all of the what's the variant of gold? All the dust that you have, all the hard rock that you have been striking for all the while. So you know, you have to keep on trying. I started, like I was saying, in 2017, I think first quarter. We started kiddies only at the mall. It was a very large shop, about 210 square meters. And the idea was, you know, we're going to put everything that a child needs. And you know, I was like, I had young children then, and I knew that I could do anything. All of my last penny, if I'm not spending it on business, I'm spending it on my children. So I'm like, okay, definitely parents will come and patronize. You know, so we had to sell the business so that it would not affect my main business. And when I sold it, the person that I sold it to just changed the name and changed the outlook. He changed it from kiddies only to kiddies and adults, and added adult products. And he was making a hell of a lot of money. You know, what I didn't realize was that it is not children that spend money, it is the parents. So when you come in and you see what you like, then you now see what your son too can use. Then you buy for you and you buy for him. In that regard, the business failed on my own end, not because it was not a good business, but because I was not innovative enough. I know sometimes, you know that word, SAPA? If SAPA holds you very, very well, innovation will not come. You just be thinking of survival. Do you get? So I was at that level where it was a make or mar period for me. I would have lost everything. So the best thing for me to have done then, the innovative thing for me to have done then, was to sell, which I did. You know, so I started a lot of businesses. You know, everybody knows edibles restaurants in. Yeah, so I started edibles and grew it to a level also. But because of a lot of various factors also, you know, I couldn't really go very far in it. I had to also sell. So for me, other than my mainstay, what I do is incubate businesses, and then when I find out that the thing done the hot, I pass the ball to someone else and I cash out. And fortunately for me, every time that I have sold a business, anybody who has bought the business has always been very fortunate enough to make a success of it. So because, you know, I'm a business structures person. So what I do is I start the business and then I develop structures to ensure that the business can run very well. And then when you come and you enter into that structure, it's easy for you to just add your own ideas and then so basically, you know, this first part is just to buttress his point that the in thing now is to say that you're an entrepreneur. But it is not, like he said, that rosy. And it is not the most honorable thing. And it is not the only path to success. You have a lot of examples of a lot of people who are billionaires in dollars and all their lives they have worked for someone else. So because, you know, there's always this quote that I hate so much. Somebody says that your salary is the bribe that they give you to forget your things. Why should you forget yourself? Because somebody is paying you, you are working, and somebody is paying you premium for the job that you are doing. How is that bribe? If you have that kind of mentality, I am sorry to say you are a criminal. Yes, because it means that you want to go and be taking what does not belong to you. Let me talk about me. I started by working for people. I came to Ilorin, I worked for someone for over 5 years without salary. Even the salary that they say is bribe, I did not collect. Do you get? But I was learning. I was like, today, internship has died. Everybody at 18 has so much problems that they need money for. I don't understand. There's no internship anymore. You tell an 18-year-old who is on. So I get a lot of, I need a job, as on strike. I get a lot of things like that. And I tell them, at this stage, you are living in your parents' house. They are feeding you, they are clothing you, they are giving you pocket money. What do you need a job for? Go and do internship. What career path do you want to choose? Is it business? Go and look for a businessman who is successful and attach yourself to him and say, okay, as I am like this, I don't want 1 naira. Just let me be with you and be learning. Do you want to be a furniture maker? Go and attach yourself to a furniture person. Do you want to be? You need to sacrifice to learn over a long period of time so that when you come to your own, you are able to stand with confidence. And then, because you see, all these things don't come from a vacuum. All of these things that he has been able to do is because he has been able to work here, work there, be with somebody here who has done this, be with somebody there who has done that, and then, you know, when you are on your own and you are standing, you start to flash back. And when I was with Mr. George, and he was in this kind of similar situation, this is what he did. When I was with Mr. Peter, and he was in this kind of similar situation, this is what he did. But if you are all about the money, and then, you know, when somebody is going to pay you, they are going to look at what value you can give them. And they will pay you based on that value. And in most cases, you are tied to that corner. They say, okay, you can type, Abi. Okay, just sit down here and type for us. We'll pay you 20,000 every month. And you're happy that at least can buy a recharge card, you can buy data, you go on TikTok, you Instagram. But in that same office, the action is happening on the field. All of the knowledge that you would have gained, all of the experience that you would have garnered, everything is gone because of 20,000 naira. At the end of the day, they ask you, account for this 20,000 naira. Mo ra data, mo de barbecue. You know, so what's the point of it? In the long run, so you have to build yourself. I was fortunate enough to go to a polytechnic, and you know, in the polytechnic system, after your ND1, you go for CWES. After your ND2, you go for 1 year IT. When you are in between, we had a lot of strike, we had a lot of this, we had a lot of that. You hustle, you jama. So, fortunately for me, my 3 months CWES was at NITEL in Abuja, and I was placed in the project office. So I learned about how to start a project from scratch, and then, you know, incubate it, which is what I am now. You see, this, I'm telling you about what happened to me in 2001. And this is what I am now doing now. And so it's not a coincidence. Do you understand? These things come because of what you have developed over the years. And then my 1 year IT, I was fortunate also to for it to be at NMPC Gombe area station. And I was placed in there. I studied civil engineering, and I was placed in civil engineering. But fortunately again for me, that period was when government proscribed casual workers and said every corporation that has casual workers should either sack them or employ them. So what government did in their own corporations was to employ like 10% and then lay off the remaining 90%. So at that time, the secretary to the admin officer was a casual staff, and they had been laid off. So they were looking for somebody who could be secretary. So somebody told them that, that guy there is good with computers, he can type very fast, he can do this, he can do that. And then they called me up. That was like in my 3rd month or something. So I became secretary to the admin officer, secretary to the admin officer for Gombe area office. Gombe area office had 6 zones under it. Meduguri, New Pump Station, Yola, refinery, all of that was under the area station. So what they do is first of all, you have a staff organogram, and then you have a staff what do you call it, like a staff dossier, and that staff dossier has the names of every staff, when they were employed, at what age they were employed, their qualifications, their this, their that, the level that they are now, how they grow from level to level, all of that was there. And so I was saddled with the responsibility of preparing that, and you have to prepare it every single month and send to head office. So there I learned about business structure. Do you understand? How do people grow in businesses? How is this business structured? How does this person's job function relate with this person's job function? Why is this person being paid more than this person is being paid? We learned that. Then also, every single branch, should I call it that, will send in their reports of how much fuel was lifted from their station, how much was sold out, how many trucks came in, how many this, how many that, how much energy they consume internally, how many staff they have, all of that they will send, and then we will now compile, we will tabulate, and then we'll now send also to AF. So every month we have to prepare monthly reports, quarterly reports, annual reports, depending on the month. If it's January, you prepare monthly reports. January, February, you prepare bi-monthly report. By March, you will prepare monthly report, bi-monthly report, quarterly report. That's how it progressed. So, you know, it showed me also the value of reporting in a business. Sometimes, all these reports that you send, nobody will read it. You just keep piling up. But any day that there's an issue, they have something to go back to. Do you understand? So it showed me the importance of all of that. And then also we did recruiting and all of. So a lot of things. Then after my ND also, I had to stay back for more than a year so that I could make money. And so, fortunately, I was called up for an indexing job. You know, Corporate Affairs Commission is the commission that registers companies and all of that. And so, I was fortunate. At that point, they were moving away from started in Nigeria from 1900 to that particular year. I think it was in 2003 or so. Was when we did the indexing. We scanned them and then we digitalized them so that if you go online now, you can see those files. If you want to check who are directors of First Bank, you just Google it to come out. So we handled that project then, and it was a very, I think it was like basically my most thorough experience. My most thorough experience. So my time is up, but I will dash also one more minute. So it was my most thorough experience. It made me understand how companies are structured and how companies work. And it made me understand that it's not the people that you see at the forefront shouting he, her, who, he, that are actually the company. There are some people, why people will say, they are the ones that are actually behind all of these things, but you don't really know. And then there's somebody out there who is making a lot of noise, and you're like, okay, this is, but you don't know. So all of this, I'm trying to take you through this journey so you understand that don't at your early stage, don't be about the money. The money will come if the experience is there. Just gather a little experience here, a little experience there, a little here, a little there, and then when you come up later on, when you have come to and you want to start a business or you want to talk about the business, you start to talk with such confidence that people will wonder that, what school did this person go to? They will not know that they are a dropout like me. You know, but because you have been able to get this here, get that here, get this, it helps you in your overall journey. So if you are going to really, you know, choose this entrepreneurship path, you have to make a lot of sacrifices. A lot. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you will still be winging it, but you will be winging it with experience in your pouch. You know a lot about a lot of things, and then you would have met a lot of people. It's important. Networking is like most important. We started Hairsense because I was able to start Hairsense because I joined a WhatsApp group. And it was a political WhatsApp group. It was in 2014 when the heat of we don't want Jonathan, we want Buhari came. And it was a political WhatsApp group, and I joined the group, and I was very, very vocal on the group. So everybody was endeared to me. So when I walked up to KCMB, because I wanted a loan then of 1 million naira, the MD of KCMB was in the group, and then I just introduced myself. I said, I'm Ahmad. I went, you are Ahmad? Do you get? So you can't discount, like I said, you can't discount any contact, and you can't discount any experience. You don't know which of it will, and anywhere that you are, try and make impact, such that when you are leaving, people are like, is it possible for you not to go? You know, don't be about the money. When you are made, when your business is, when you start a business, definitely you are starting it is about the money. But at the inception stage, because I see a lot of young faces here, don't let it be all about the money. Please, try and build yourself. Even if you have started a business, try and build yourself. Really, today there is a lot of distraction. There's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Twitter. You sit down on your phone, 2 hours will pass, and you have not learned one thing. One thing like this, you have not learned. Do you understand? Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, because there's entertainment online, but there's also plenty of education. My wife always complains that these children, they are too young, they are giving them food, they are giving them blah, 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 blah. I will just keep quiet. And some days we are discussing, and then my son is talking about a topic in detail, and the two of us will just be looking at ourselves like this. They will say, where did you say? I learned it on TikTok. So there's information online, and there's also entertainment. But if you focus more on entertainment, you will laugh and not learn. But if you focus more on education, you will laugh and you will also learn. Do you understand what I'm saying? My 9-year-old kid was the one who educated me that the most valuable, let me ask you now, what's the most valuable currency in the world? The most valuable currency in the world right now. Who talk about? Where did you learn it from? In school. You understand? My son saw it on TikTok. I wanted to argue with him that my friend thought it was the British pound. And he was like, no, it's $20. And I was like, hey, we went to check it. And it was true. Do you understand? That boy, one day we were coming back, we went to the mall and we were coming back. And he said, Daddy, why didn't you buy Ferrari or buy Lamborghini? I said, oh boy, are you okay? You know how much they sell Ferrari? And I was like, you can buy it now. I said, no, I can't buy it. He said, let's check how much it is. We now checked. It was like so amount of dollars. And it was high. He was like, this money is plenty. I said, sure, you see. He said, okay, so but why don't you go and open a branch of Hairsense in the UK so that you can earn money to be able to buy the Ferrari? Wisdom will kill me. Do you understand what I'm saying? The boy is 9 years old. The boy is 9 years. I was dumbfounded. Do you get? So you can. I'm just saying all of this to make you understand that you can either waste your time just reading memes, I've been a memes, and following comedians, or like most females do, they are following celebrities, knowing everything about their life. Messi Aide, fought with Messi Johnson, Clinical fought with Clinical. It's none of your business. It doesn't add any value to your life. That same place, that same space that you are learning that, somebody else is learning life-changing, what do you call it? So, first of all, screen out your following. Who are you following? Are you following Messi Johnson? Do you want to be an actress? If you want to be an actress and you are following Messi Johnson, it makes sense. But you want to be an entrepreneur, you are not following you are not following Dangote, you are not following Zubelu, you are following Messi Johnson. How does it connect? So, thank you very much. Sorry. I'll see you people next month.
Alright. Okay, one more. Alright, please, we are all going to take a picture outside, a group photo outside, then we'll all come back, okay? Please, sir, let's take a group picture outside. Everybody, let's go. So we are coming back for another session, and it's going to be mine. Is it your desire? Let us go outside. Please hold on to your valuables. And please don't take what does not belong to you.
Also be called a home, right? And one of the things that I'll be stopping you is that you don't know how to. I brought to you a solution, and that is the Book Surgeons International. This is a company where we help you turn your intellectual properties, your idea, your knowledge, and that which you know how to do best into published assets. For example, a book. A lot of people are of the opinion that you have to be the one to sit and write your book yourself. But I'm telling you, no, that doesn't have to happen. With the Book Surgeons International, you can only submit to us your ideas, and we help you transform your ideas into a reality. We give you a real book. Like we say, You can give us your idea, then go to bed, and we will wake you up with a book. We've done it before. We are doing it. We can still do it again. Just send us a message at +234 9090 885868 on WhatsApp, or you give us a call at +234 7108 2014. If you want to send us a mail, you can do so at thebooksurgeons@gmail.com. We are ready to receive you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at thebooksurgeons or on our website www.thebooksurgeons.com. My name is Akolade Oluwatoba, and I am an ambassador for the Book Surgeons International. Love you. Is it your desire to be an author? You've been thinking and dreaming that one day you also be called an author, right? And one of the things that have been stopping you is that you don't know how to do it. I've brought to you a solution, and that is the Book Surgeons International. This is a company where we help you turn your intellectual properties, your idea, your knowledge, and that which you know how to do best into published assets. For example, a book. A lot of people are of the opinion that you have to be the one to sit and write your book yourself. But I'm telling you, no, that doesn't have to happen. With the Book Surgeons International, you can only submit to us your ideas, and we help you transform your ideas into a reality. We give you a real book. Like we say, you can give us your idea, then go to bed, and we will wake you up with a book. We've done it before. We are doing it. We can still do it again. Just send us a message at +234 9090 885868 on WhatsApp, or you give us a call at +234 7061 08 2014. If you want to send us a mail, you can do so at thebooksurgeons@gmail.com. We are ready to receive you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Book Surgeons or on our website www.thebooksurgeons.com. My name is Akolade Oluwatoba, and I am an ambassador for the Book Surgeons International. Love you. Is it your desire to be an author? You've been thinking and dreaming that one day you also be called an author, right? And one of the things that have been stopping you is that you don't know how to do it. I've brought to you a solution, and that is the Book Surgeons International. This is a company where we help you turn your intellectual properties, your idea, your knowledge, and that which you know how to do best into published assets. For example, a book. A lot of people are of the opinion that you have to be the one to sit and write your book yourself. But I'm telling you, no, that doesn't have to happen. With the Book Surgeons International, you can only submit to us your ideas, and we help you transform your ideas into a reality. We give you a real book. Like we say, you can give us your idea, then go to bed, and we will wake you up with a book. We've done it before. We are doing it. We can still do it again. Just send us a message at +234 9090 885868 on WhatsApp, or you give us a call at +234 7061 08 2014. If you want to send us a mail, you can do so at thebooksurgeons@gmail.com. We are ready to receive you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Book Surgeons or on our website www.thebooksurgeons.com. My name is Akolade Oluwatoba, and I am an ambassador for the Book Surgeons International. Love you. Is it your desire to be an author? You've been thinking and dreaming that one day you also be called an author, right? And one of the things that have been stopping you is that you don't know how.
Mr. Ayo, while you are preparing your questions, so immediately after the 2 questions, I will throw it to the audience. We are taking just at least, let's say, 5 questions because of our time. Because I still have 1 or 2 things to teach us. Okay? So that is the way it's going to go. I believe everybody is in already. Okay, any person coming can take the other entry. Are we ready? So let's welcome again Mr. Ayodele Alade as he comes for the panel session. Let's see that panelists. All right. You know, one beautiful thing I love about this particular program that we are having is that I told you the other time that aside the fact that you learn business strategies, you learn business tips and tactics on how to do well, you are also learning some personal things that are outside the business zone. And I love it when both speakers told us that not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur, okay? You can work for someone and still be good. You can also be your own boss. And I love the brutality and the rawness that entrepreneurship is not for the faint-hearted, okay? The sleepless nights, the give up time. A lot of times you're like, I'm not doing anything, you people should just leave me. But when one call just come in, you buckle up again, you move, all right? So this particular session is just to enlighten us more, because I know there are some questions in our mind that we probably want to ask, but because he was still talking, or probably because of time, he was not able to touch those areas. And this time, we are exposing it all. Are we ready to go naked here? I mean, here also. All right. So, Mr. Ayodele, you said a lot of things. You spoke about how you started in 2011 till this time. Have I been able to begin so many businesses to this point? So, I would like to ask that you said something about a particular part of your business where you don't have to be there physically for it to function. In fact, you even sold 45% of the shares. Can you tell us how, what were the little things or the major things you did that made your business one that does not need your physical involvement, but you still get returns, you still get profits, and you are still earning from that particular business? What were the steps? What were the strategies? What were the tactics?
So I guess the first thing is it depends on the nature of your business.
Okay.
Most of our businesses are very physical.
Okay.
We're in the business of food production. Hello. Cool. So most of our businesses are very physical. We're in the space of food production. You cannot produce food online. Computers will not produce food for you. You need labor, you need manpower, you need logistics, you need water, you need electricity and things like that. So these businesses cannot be done remotely. They have to be done physically. So what affords me the luxury of not being involved in my business day to day is the structure we have set up. We have a very robust structure. So when we talk about the number of employees we have, when we say we have 300 employees, it's 300 people doing different things, all working towards one central goal. So for any entrepreneur, structure is important in your business. You know, you don't want your business to take over your life. You want to have time for fun stuff. You want to have time for family, for friends, for things you enjoy. And the only way you can have time for family, friends, is if you set a business up with a proper structure. Proper structure means you are not the accountant, you are not the gate man, you are not the MD, you are not the driver. You get different people with specific responsibilities. And then you have someone who has an oversight, overseeing everything. I think the key thing that most of us would struggle with, is control. Every entrepreneur likes to control their businesses, So the job of a CEO, and I'll tell you today, is to set a strategy and say this is where we're going. How we get there is your team members, everybody, the one that is turning the wheel, the one that is doing this. We're all working towards the central goal. But it's not my job to set the direction and still do the work. And why am I employing people? You employ people to get the work done. So you have to give up control, some form of control. You can pick which area you like. Maybe you want to be in charge of finance. You give up some form of control. But so majority of us are plagued by what did they steal, what did they ruin the business. There's a good adage that says, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys to do the work, you don't get human beings. One of the most important questions we ask when we're employing people is, what is your price? And it's an important question. When I ask you what is your price, or how much do you want to earn, I'm asking you, how much are you comfortable with that you will steal? It's a blunt question. Some people come here and say anything the company wants to pay. If I pay you 100 naira, you think you are worth 1,000, 900 will come out of somewhere in the business. So it's an honest question. Say, okay, how much? What is your expectation? And it goes both ways. If somebody says my expectation is 1,000, I say no, the company can only pay 200. Indirectly, I tell you that okay, go and sort yourself out. The other 800. So you employ people, they might come at a price. I want you to understand that people might come at a price. But if you employ good people that are competent, they come at a price, then they make you more money. If you employ incompetence at a discount, then they lose you more money. You understand? So if you get somebody that says that I want to make 500,000, I'm thinking to myself, God, even me, the MD, I'm making 200,000. How can this guy make 500,000? But if the guy is paying 500,000, and when you were making 1 million before, this guy's making 5 million, are you not better off for it? You get it? So you employ people who are competent, it makes your life a lot easier. I'm surrounded with a team of competent people. I think for the first time in almost 6 years, I was able to go on holiday. Because I have people who are competent, I understand the nitty-gritty of the business. I can take decisions in my absence, and we are still aligned in our thinking. So structure is very important. But what I would advise, do not put the cart before the horse. Which means don't put structure when you're not making 1 naira. I just pay salary blind. It has, as you grow, then you adopt structure for each phase in which you are in. So if you are a one-person entrepreneur, then you can be your driver, you can be your gate man, you can be everything. But as the volume of business starts to grow, then you might employ, maybe we need a driver. As the volume becomes too much, maybe we need an accountant. So we are moving out too much volume to get step by step. But mistakes of people make, they don't look at the structure. Okay, Sidney has structure, 60 staff. If you start your restaurant, you put 60 staff. My sister, my brother, you just end up paying salaries and you're out of business. So structure is what affords any entrepreneur that luxury to be here talking while the factory is busy working. I haven't made my factory in 2 months.
Wow.
I go to my factory maybe once in a while. My office is in Ilorin. It's because I have people that are there every day and night. I get reports every day, and I'm comfortable. I used to like my factory. I don't like the source of headache, but there are people who look after the headache, and I trust their judgment. That 1 + 1 is equal to 2. Because when you ask 1 + 1 for 5 people, they all give you the same answer. Then that's control. You get it. You ask this person, the security, okay, how many trucks of rice did you load today? They say 6. You ask the store says 6. You ask the finance department, they say 6. Somebody says 7. And then you have a problem. But by the time you sort of separate everybody's role and responsibility, and they are working towards the same goal unknowingly. It's the store's job to issue and count. The security job to count. Security is just making sure nobody stole. Store is just taking care of inventory. You get finance, making sure everybody pays. They are doing the same job, but those are different levels of control to make sure that nothing is going missing, everything is accounted for. So a good structure will give you that luxury to have fun.
Wow, that was a brilliant one. That was a brilliant one, actually. Okay, straight to the next question, sir. You said you are an investor when you see opportunities to invest. What are the factors to actually consider before you start a new business? Or you have an existing one?
Okay, so it's 2 ways. So let me ask for clarity. Are you talking about it from the point of view of an investor or an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur.
Okay, so you have an existing business?
Yes.
You want to start another new business?
Yes.
Okay, so what are the things
you consider?
So like I said, the main job of an entrepreneur, identify opportunities, exploit, and exploit it. Those are the 3 jobs. You identify there's a vacuum here. Nobody else is doing it. Explore. 1 + 1 here is equals to 5.
a business or an opportunity, and you test and see whether it's real. Like I said, like the other speaker also said, what he's doing here, you try to invest in food, you get it. Opportunity will come at you in different ways. It won't always come in the same shape and form, so you can't use the same formula. What works for this would not work for that one. You can see we're doing agric, we're doing hospitality. I think we have another business that's doing mining and recycling. Wherever 1 + 1 is not equal to 2, that's where I want to be. You get it? Wherever there's opportunity, you can come to me tomorrow and say, we sold chalk, there's money there. I'm not interested in chalk, but the opportunity to scale up and say, okay, we sell chalk here, what else can we sell? That's the job of an entrepreneur. Be passionate about opportunities. Don't put yourself in a box and say, I'm just a fashion guru. If you look at, there's a company called LVMH, that's Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy. They do all your luxury bags and everything. But if they had said we only do fashion, then you won't have your Hennessy, you won't have your champagne, you won't have anything. But they are passionate about opportunity. Their goal is to be in the luxury space, your luxury brand. You get it? So anything luxury. If you drink Hennessy, the same person drinking Hennessy can drink Star. For Hennessy, it is 25,000, Star is 200 naira. Hennessy is a luxury. It's not a necessity. You get it? But that is the space where they play. Anywhere there's luxury, that's where you want to play. So opportunity as well. You find anywhere there's an opportunity. Each opportunity might not be for you. And I'll explain. There are some opportunities that are low margin and require a lot of discipline. Say you buy something 15 naira, you sell it 52 naira. Somebody might be happy making 2 naira. Somebody might come from a different background and say, I buy 15 naira, I can't sell it 200 naira, not fulfilled. You get it. So I might see an opportunity, I might pass. Because I feel like this opportunity, is too stressful. How can I sell 15 naira and I'm making maybe 2% profit when I'm used to making 400% profit? So not every opportunity will be for every entrepreneur. You find the opportunity that matches your sort of, I won't say lifestyle, your sort of expectations in life. If you have big mouth like me, you are making 2 naira, then you are eating into your working capital without knowing, because you expect that your percentage will be 200%, but you are taking your hands into your working capital. So yeah, explore which opportunity works for you, which one fits your objective, and go for it.
All right, thank you so much for that. Can we have the questions, please?
Yes, they are numbered already. Number 1.
Okay, go ahead.
One of the factors that puts so many people, this is something that I've experienced on my own and also the people that I've talked with in the past. And one of the factors is people having the fear of starting out. So how can we overcome this fear of starting out as an aspiring entrepreneur?
I guess you look at what is the worst thing that can happen. So let me ask you a question. How many kids do you have? No, just answer. It's a none. You have no kids. How many school fees do you pay? 0. What house rent do you pay? Maybe you pay your house rent for yourself. I don't know if you have a husband or whatever. So what is there for you to lose? It will never get worse than now. It gets worse when you have 2 kids, 3 kids. Then you cannot start doing experiments. Now is the time to try and fail. When you still have a safety net, maybe you have your parents to fall back on, you can go home, there's really no, there's no shit. There are no kids that we keep out of school. You get it. There's nothing to lose. What is there to lose? So it goes back to something I want everybody to know. Your relationship with money matters. How you see money really matters. Money is just a tool to get to a goal. And if you treat money as a tool, whether you have or you don't have, it really doesn't matter. It's a matter of time. Today I can be broke, tomorrow I know I'll have money. It's a cycle. There are seasons when you have excess money. There are seasons when you look for money and you think, it's a me that had money yesterday. Money comes, money goes. But it's your relationship with money that really matters. So you treat money as a tool to get to your end goal. You have money, you dispense it to get to your end goal. So people have money, they sit on money. I understand my relationship with money. I have a bad relationship with money. I see that I spend it. That's my relationship with money. But what I've learned to do is that I invest Investing is still a form of spending. So money comes in, I must deploy it, I must send it somewhere to go and make more money so I can send it to another place because I realize I'm bad at saving. So where do I get money from? I get it from my multiple businesses. And by the time I get money, by the time it's coming something sizable, I send it again. Sometimes it won't come back. Sometimes I send it and the money out, get our voice. But I understand it is a tool. You get it, and I must spend it if I expect any return. If you are sitting on your money, you won't get any return. So if you are having any fear, whatever age you are, it's always the right time to start. Because things will only get worse. You will marry, you might have a husband, you might have a job, you might be able to support you, fine. You might lose his job, you might have to support him. You get it, you might have kids, you have to pay fare, you have to pay fees, you have to extend the family, you have to look after. You have rent, you have responsibilities. So the time to gamble is now, not later. The stakes become higher. You get it? The time to gamble is when your kids are in nursery school, when school fees is peanuts. And when they're in private school, in secondary school, when it takes you a lot of muscle to save your school fees. So there would never be a better time than now to try and find out and say, it's not for me. I tried, I did it wasn't for me. Or to try and then learn. As I made this mistake, these are the things I'm going to adjust. But there's really no, there's no formula to say this is the perfect time, this is what you should look at. Do not be afraid to be broke. That's why, do not be afraid to be broke. You get it? Money will come. That's why I want you to know. Money will come. Money will go. It's just money. It's just money. Provided you're able to afford the basic necessities of life. What is money? What is money? What do you need money for? I know we all need it. So, is it to buy a watch? Is it to buy a car? Is it to buy toys? Those are things that if you strip them away, I won't die. You get it? So, money, the exciting part about money for me is that you send money message and it comes back with more money. That's the excitement for any entrepreneur. You see an opportunity, you deploy money and it comes back. 1 plus 1 is not 2, it's 5. That's what is exciting. But the fact that I have money in my bank account, it's not exciting. But if you look at it and say, okay, you have 1 million, and you convert it to dollars, today at 600. There's a funny joke that was going on online, that somebody converted 1 million to $2,000. Or something, it was $2,000 when he had his 1 million in the bank, he put it in fixed deposit, now the money is like $1,200. Your money is not multiplying, it's just sitting down there. And it's losing value. So do not be afraid. That's what I'll say. Do not be afraid of losing money. When you invest, you learn. You always take that lesson. You take that lesson out of it. There's a price for that lesson. That's the price that you use to invest. But would there be a perfect time? There will never be a perfect time. You just jump in and try. But the best time, in my opinion, is before you have all these kids, husband, house rent, whatever, before you have all that, experiment and learn. So I hope that addresses your question.
Beautiful. Then number 2.
Number 2.
I have a couple of questions. So
my memory is bad, so you have to give me one. One I'll answer, then I'll answer the second one or whatever.
Okay, yeah. So when you were taking us through the journey of running your business, and then, of course, it's a journey of decades, right?
Yeah.
And then one question I really want to ask is that, how does it, not necessarily feel now, but I think that's probably what I can use. So how does it feel like, scaling? So, I'm seeing this in the context of, okay, we saw the factories, there are quite a number of machineries that you might not even have worked with at any phase in the business, but it got to a point whereby you had to scale and then bring in all of those equipment. So I was just thinking in my head that, has it been a time whereby you were in that space, whereby you knew that, okay, so when we get to this steps, this is what we do, or you actually consulted for people for you to know the sort of things to bring on board when it has to do with machineries. I'm asking this because, of course, as somebody who is into manufacturing and production, sometimes I get to feel like, okay, I know that you're going to be producing in large scale. So is it now that we'll be, maybe on the side making research of certain machineries and all that? So I wanted to know that, did you bug your head with those things, or you just got to that phase whereby we needed these machineries and all that, and maybe you consulted people who
who are in it, and then you know that, okay, this is what we put our money into, and all of that?
Okay, very brilliant question. I think the first thing you have to identify is where you want to play. There are people that are playing at the top of their game. There are people that are playing at the mid-level, and there are people that are playing at the value level. Value means, value for Naira. So I'll give you an example now. You have Nestle water, you have Aquafina, you have maybe Evan, then you have like Decool, you have all the other ones. There's a price disparity for the same water. So people are playing at different levels. Nestle and the rest of them are playing at the top level. All the other guys, there are countless number of drugs that go outside because it's for holy water, clinical water, you get it. They are playing at the value level, which is like, so the level you want to play at would inform your investment. You get it? So a new factory, we wanted to play at the premium level because we believe that, okay, I'm producing my own bag of rice, it's selling for 25,000. Somebody else is producing the same bag of rice, but he's selling for 27,000. That's 2,000 difference, but because of where he's positioned, maybe he has positioned himself as luxury, and we have positioned ourselves as value. So we thought to ourselves, okay, we want to be in this market, this luxury space. What does it take to take on these guys? You get it? So you start with equipment. You say, okay, I want to produce what the same standard these guys are producing. What equipment do they have? What makes their product stand out? Then you walk back, and then you get consultants. The world is a very small place. If this guy has this equipment and I want to buy it, there's a consultant that's consulted for you, that will consult for you and say, this is what I did for ABCD. These are the equipment you need to get, this is what you need to get. So that's how you position yourself. So if I'm playing at the value section, there's no use like over-investing. So if you are playing at the no-name section with all these people like this, you go and buy Nestle equipment to be selling at a discount. The equipment are expensive. You get it? So you look at where you want to be positioned. That's what you now walk back and say, okay, let's take a good example. It's like you're a car hire. Maybe everybody's giving you 2.5. Because maybe I'm driving Toyota Camry 1998. Somebody else is a car hire. Maybe has a Toyota Camry 2006. He's charging 5,000. And you make up your mind and say, I want to make 5,000. Automatically, you have to upgrade. You have to give a bit more luxury. So it's the same thing with manufacturing. You look at where you want to be, and then you walk back. You get consultants and say, okay, this is my goal. This is the space I want to play in. Then they'll say, okay, this is what you need to get to play in that space.
Okay, thank you so much. I think maybe because the couple of questions I've asked, you have actually answered it. And the last thing maybe I want to ask is that, so what does it feel like scaling, right, over the past 10 years? What does it feel like scaling? And then if you have to, look back at certain things, are there things you feel like you would have played better? And then maybe you're talking to somebody who wants to intern with you, or maybe like a mentor. Of course, I know you've talked to us about a couple of things, but I'm just curious to know that. So, what would you have done better, quote and unquote, and what would you advise somebody, a younger self of you, better with? Thank you.
Okay. So if you look at my journey from 2011, I think I started with 50 staff. Now we have over 1,000. The business has taken several routes. We've sold some shares in some business. We started another business. Some businesses have gone bust. You started a business, it just didn't work out, and stuff like that. Is there anything I would have done better? In the last decade. If you talk to several entrepreneurs, they will tell you that the only thing that's certain is failure. You have to learn from failure. I can't say if I had done this, I won't fail. Or if I had done that, I would fail. Each situation will present itself. And you have to be creative in how you come out of the situations. Some situations are lessons. Disguised as a failure. You will fail. So let me give you an honest experience. When we sold 45% of our chicken business in 2016, I was tired of chicken. I was fed up. I had zero interest in the business. You know, we had sustained a couple of losses, heavy losses. When I say losses, in the hundreds of millions. A year it was 400 million loss or something. You get it? So these are losses that I thought to kill somebody. But I was tired. I was exhausted. I didn't want to get anything cheap again. I didn't want to go to work. But at the same time, you know, I went for a poultry expo, and I met a potential investor who became the party that bought 45%. So they bought 45% in the business, and we decided, okay, we need to make some changes. You know, I was tired already. I had run my own business for, by then, maybe 6-7 years. Reported to myself. So now you bring in somebody here and I have to say, here's monthly report, here's weekly report. I'm like, no, diet. So one of the hard decisions I had to take, I said I was going to leave the business. Both parties were going to employ somebody else. An independent MD was going to sit down and say, okay, this guy is the right fit for the job. We employed some young guy my age. Well, I left the business in 2016. I'll share figures with you, with revenues of maybe 900 million a year. He's doing revenues of 5 billion a year, as we speak. It was a better fit, you know, than I was. So, you know, so I won't say I failed, but I had done my job. My job is to start an incubate business and hand it over. Daily running of businesses, it calls me. Looking at the spreadsheet, trying to see where I can squeeze out 2 naira, 3 naira. It's not my calling. But looking for opportunities, setting up a structure, passing it on to somebody else. It's my strength. So would I have done anything differently? No. You learn from it. After I sold shares in our first business, now I understand, I know how to sell shares. You know, so I grew a business at a certain point, you sell shares, you collect money, you can't start another business or you start a life. So I had to learn from that failure. Otherwise, that would have been the end of me. You get it, but you think about it. So majority of entrepreneurs would not sell. They would keep it within the family. They would die and the business would die with them. So look at it this way. You sell to investors. The investors' motive to make profit. You get it. Whether you die or not, your business must make profit. So when it makes profit, it makes it for your next of kin, your family or whatever you get it. But don't be tempted to hang on to 100% of nothing. You can hang on to 100% and be a local player. You get it. You can hang on to 5% of something big that nobody knows about it, but you are cashing out. But you know that temptation is always there. You want to be 100% of who knows us in Tanke. Or you are 5% of who knows you in Nigeria. You get it. So you must be willing to sell. But like I said, you know, experience is the best teacher. So I've learned from my experiences, and it makes me a better person. You know, while doing business. Each experience for each business is different. You get it? As similar as our two businesses are, one is chicken, one is rice. They are two different businesses. And the way we go about it is different. The sort of customers you deal with, the way the cash flow is different. You get it? They are two different businesses. So you learn from business. So, but don't be afraid to make any mistakes. You have the key thing is not to give up. You must always find a solution. Just resolve things, and you must always find a solution. So if I was to do anything different, I will employ competent people. That's it. When I started, I was a bit sentimental. You know, you go and meet your brother and say, I have this problem. I'm looking for somebody reliable. You know, I'm having this problem of competence in the company. And he gives you somebody who is reliable, but is incompetent. So we have this problem in Nigeria called reliable incompetence. Which means the guy won't steal from you. He's reliable. You give him 1 naira, you will find the 1 naira, but the guy won't make you any money. That is incompetence. So if I had known, I will employ competent people. Competent people gives you the luxury, you know, to go on holidays, you know, to make the work a lot easier. When you have a problem, you can brainstorm and somebody tells you, let's do it this way, let's do it that way. Because they're not the only clever person. You employ people who are smarter than you. You get it. But what I did back then was any problem now I just talk to my brother and say, guy, you know, I get this problem. In fact, that was that. Jalo, Mr. Oluwatoba, which means we can always find his house. We can always find his house. Mr. Adida will go to work, he makes sure nobody steals. But the crux of the business, he doesn't understand. He's not adding value. So he's reliable with me. I can trust him with something. But he's incompetent with me, he's costing the business more. You get it? So in the area of sales, in the area of operation, whatever area, you have to back with something to get good guys. You get a good guy, one good guy, and it turns your story around.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get it? When you are struggling with sales, you know, how do we sell? Get one sharp guy. And you'll be, how do we produce? How do we produce enough? You know, but we're also afraid. They're looking for how do we cut costs? Let's manage this guy. And it's not good there, but no. In business you have to be brutal. You will get people that will push the envelope. Let's say the highest paid guy in your company, the highest paid guy in your company is earning, let's say 150K. You get one guy that comes from outside and say, give me 1 million. Everybody look at it, hey, you get it. But you say, I will do X, Y, Z. I say benchmark it against it. So what do you have to do? You gamble. First month the guy surpassing your expectation. You get it. But we'll have been afraid and we'll have employed somebody for 150,000 and all of us will be praying and fasting. When it comes to time to sell, all of us will call prayer meeting. You employ somebody who is good at what he does. He collects his money upfront and he gives everybody. So what I've done differently? Competent people. I employ a lot of incompetent people. Both other people who and fall inside contact. The story of other days. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Alright, okay. Let's take the next question.
Okay, first off, I would like to appreciate your questions.
Thank you.
I would like to say that your session was not only powerful, but it was insightful and exhaustive. Thank you. My question is, when you are talking about all your businesses, I picked out a point that actually stood out in your presentation. You made mention of your chicken business, and you said it's not that popular to people. You work, you do work and stuff. So I want to ask what are your marketing dynamics? You know, when talking about marketing dynamics, I am talking about, okay, when we are dealing with luxury businesses, let's say for example, we are talking about, okay, let's go for automobiles. When we are talking about Rolls Royce, we are talking about Lamborghinis, you know, we do not see their advertisements and their marketing at all, like we see for picnic or stuff. So I think I would like to see your chicken business as some sort of luxury brand. Yeah. So how do you handle your marketing? How is it that you are getting the needed structure, the needed cash inflow, but it is not that enough? That's my question.
Okay. Brilliant. So let me touch on your Lamborghini issue. Do you know Lamborghini sold out to 2024?
Yes.
They collected all money for 2023 and they can't take any more orders, which means it's your money they're using to produce, not their money. You get it. They collected money out front, they will produce, and you get you wait for your car. So for us, what we looked at was what sort of cash flow that we're comfortable with. By cash flow, it means if we sell the product, how quickly do we expect the money to come back, and how quickly do we want to cycle the money through our business. And we decided to pay a price. And the price we have to pay is that for our chicken business now, I can talk about rice, it's different. The price for chicken is that if you go to, say, a ShopRite, you will never find my chicken on the shelves of ShopRite. Our chicken is called hybrid chicken. You can check their freezers, you see maybe Valentine chicken, Saeed chicken, but you will never find my chicken. And it's a deliberate attempt. We sell to ShopRite. The chicken you eat when you buy rice inside ShopRite is my chicken. You get it? The chicken you eat when you go to Chicken Republic is my chicken.
Is it white labeling?
No, it's not white labeling. They use it for their processes.
Oh, okay.
They don't resell.
Okay.
You get it? So it's a mixture. So we have some customers that will resell. You get it? But you go to the place, those ones are using it for their own jollof rice and chicken, whatever. So you take a good balance. You get it? And it aids your cash flow. Because in that business, everybody asks for a bit of credit. You get it? Some people say give me 30 days credit. Some people say give me 45 days credit. So it's a mix. You are choosing, some people are paying upfront. Some people, so you have to pick it. So if we said we wanted to be on the shelves everywhere and we wanted to be popular, and I come here and say, do you know how my chicken? And everybody raises their hand, it means I'm waiting for ShopRite to delay my money for 6 weeks and pay me. But when they use my chicken for their food, and they pay me almost instantly, you get it. The timing is different. So we use a mixture. So we sell to corporate clients, the Chicken Republic, ShopRite, KFC, they are corporate, and then you sell in the open market. A few big guys in the open market, they push your chicken. So it depends on where you are. So it works well for our cash flow. You know, that sort of combination. If Chicken Republic is owing me, I squeeze them a bit. You know, but I don't give them chicken, they quickly pay. You know, it pays me. If ShopRite is owing me, they can show me my chicken that hasn't sold. And say your chicken hasn't sold in the past 6 weeks. But if I supply a Chicken Republic or KFC, then they have used the chicken for their process. Which means I've met all the standards. Which means when they collect the chicken, it's to sell you your bucket of chicken, your bucket or your burger or whatever. That is my chicken that we are eating. You get it. So that's what I want you guys to understand. So we might not be popular in terms of name, but on the ground, the chicken you're eating, the rice you're eating when you go to the place, it has to come from somebody. You know, so you won't see the later this rice is from famous rice or whatever, but the rice comes from somebody. So you have to pick what works for your cash flow. And then, you know, not one size will work for your cash flow, a mixture will work for your cash flow. That's what will determine, you know, who you market, how you market, and stuff like that. So I hope that answers the question, my brother. Thank you.
Number 4.
Okay, do we serve somebody?
You said 5 questions.
Okay,
so
good.
So I would like to ask, like, what advice would you have for someone that just wants to start a business as regards to funding? Because I believe it's one thing to have a great idea, and it's another thing to be able to, like, implement the idea in this country where there are limited opportunities in terms of loan, grants, and getting access to. So what advice would you have for someone?
I think, so based on personal experience, like I said, having money is not necessarily an advantage, it's a disadvantage. Because it limits your creativity. Every problem, you throw money at it. That's what I want you to understand. I've been in that shoe, where you start with so much money, and you think there's this problem, deploy money. There's that problem, deploy money. But, so let's look at real life examples. The best noodles in the country is who? The most popular noodles in the country, who? Did you know Dangote had noodles? Did you know he sold it to? Is Dangote short of money? They're not short of money. So money is not necessarily an advantage. It is an advantage, I want you to get it, but it's not the only advantage. So people will come, whatever business you are doing, they will have more money. You know, they will have more. If you go and look at the businesses Amazon invested in, Amazon is one of, after Apple, maybe it's Amazon, one of the most successful businesses. They have businesses that they failed woefully, and they sold to their smaller rivals. You get, money is not an advantage. So the best thing I can say is, if you are starting a business, you want to start small, and then you want to scale. We have made the mistake of throwing money, starting big, and then you're learning. You know, starting big is like they put you inside the Olympic swimming pool, and they just drop you and say, okay, don't die. Or they put you inside bathtub, and then when you're perfect swimming inside bathtub, they increase the size of the pool. You get it? That's the difference. There's a lot more to lose if you have so much money to throw at business. You get it? Than if you have no money. If you have no money, it brings that ingenuity, that creativity in you comes out. So if you're going to start a business, you want to start small. If you start small, then you want to grow it organically, which means you want to be able to scale. You maybe let's say, I don't know, maybe you're selling beauty products or whatever. You start small. Demand or when supply increase a bit. The other end would be your parents just gave you money, you start big, but demand is 0. Then you're trying to figure out, okay, how do we sell? How do we do this? But if you started small, then it will come naturally. Be able to scale gradually. So whatever you do, start small and scale. The other stuff is you have to be informed about sources of funding. You know, it's your job as an entrepreneur to understand the different options of funding that there are. There are funds available for entrepreneurs. whether small, whether medium, whether large. CBN is giving out money left, right, and center. NISA is giving out money. So it's your job as an entrepreneur to always know where you can get money. Most of the criteria are not impossible. That's what I want you guys to understand. Most of the criteria you guys will. There was the time they're giving out money and using NYSC certificate as guarantee. It's not far-fetched. So it's the job of every entrepreneur to sort of understand what are your sources of funding, who's giving money. You might not be able to apply for it, but you should have it on your desk and know these are the criteria. They want collateral, I want X, Y, Z. You don't have collateral, maybe you try again in 2 years. But it's your job to look at different sources of funding. BOI is funding people. I know people have collected money from Bank of Industry. Small scale, whether it's 2 million, whether it's 5 million, you get. So there are different sources of funding. Your boyfriend will fund you, your family will fund you. I don't know. Some people are doing GoFundMe. There are different sources of funding. When you get to our scale, then supplier funding, customer funding, bank funds. You play around with all that sort of stuff. But at a small scale, you get it. We all want to grow big quickly. You get it. So that's why it is so much fun to say, okay, say I want to start a restaurant, I want to start it better than Sidney. Okay, I'm looking for XYZ million. You get it. Whether they will come, whether customer will come or not, you don't know. But you have put that much money. But if you are started small in one corner, you get it, and then you scale, you sort of you are looking for a bigger building. Then you are learning, and it's more organic. So it's twofold. Make sure you look around, look at all forms of funding available to entrepreneurs. For 500K to 100 million, there's funding. I can mention so many. It's your job as an entrepreneur to keep abreast. It's your job as an entrepreneur to download the requirements. It's your job as an entrepreneur to see how you fit the requirements. Some of you might not fit directly. Some of your parents that might fit. There are cases where parents borrow money on behalf of their children. There's nothing wrong. It could be your brother that will borrow money on your behalf. You can have informal arrangements. It could be your friend that is rich. Give me this one, I'll give you XYZ return. It's all about returns. You want to collect money from somebody, it's all about returns. And which goes back to, if you are good at your business and you understand how much return your business can give, then you can borrow money informally from people. You say, okay, there are people that have money, give me 1 million, I will give you 5% or 10% at the end of the year. You understand your business. You understand that if you deploy that 1 million, it will make maybe 1.5. And the interest you're paying the guy is maybe 150K. You get me? But if you haven't done business, and you say, give me 1 million, I'll give you 1.5, most likely it's fine. It's fine to finish that stuff. So start small, scale your business, and then keep yourself informed on the different sources of funding. Bank of Industry, there's CBN, there's NISA, there's so many places. BOA. These funds are for Nigerians, and I take it there are no Ghanaians in this building. So provided you're a Nigerian, you're entitled to these funds. So don't look at it as these funds are for politicians, that they are coolies. Their funds are for you, their funds I have collected, their funds that have helped my business. So don't be shy to apply. And it is your responsibility to keep yourself informed. We have a desk in our finance. All they look for is finance opportunities, left, right, and center. And I say, I want job. Every day you come and say, we found this opportunity. We applied, they declined us. That's it. We keep trying till you get it right. So it's your job as an entrepreneur. Read, understand sources of funding. When you go on Google all these things, get the requirements, see which ones you fit, the ones you don't fit, see who fits it, and then go about your business.
That's Thank you so very much for these insights. We really appreciate you. And I pray that the business will keep moving forward by God's special grace. So I'll be asking you a bit of some personal questions. Where are you from? Yeah. What state are you from? Yeah. Do you have any kids? Yeah. And then thirdly, well, you have told us about your business, how you started, and you're encouraging us, start small, start small, start small. How small is small? If you don't mind me asking, if you can just give us an average figure of what small started with. So I think those are 3 questions questions in one. What stage are you from? Do you have any kids? And then how small is small? What was your small?
Alright, so I'm from Oyo State, Ogbomoso to be precise. That's where my father is from. My mother is from Kwara State, Ofa. So we have most of our businesses located in Ofa. Just because I grew up in Ilorin. So I think we have more affinity towards Ilorin than Ogbomoso where we're from. Yeah, I'm married. I have 3 daughters. And yeah, I think the only thing I encourage my daughters to do is take risks. You know, I like what gives me joy. Is I think you get it. And so that if you are good at that, then they also translate into business. You know, if you conquer that phobia for, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of adults here that can ride bicycle. You get it. You get it. So you know, it sort of helps. You know, when they teach you. These are the 2 hurdles in life. You start out afraid, and then you figure out how to ride a bicycle. Then it boosts your confidence. Then you go into more complicated things. And people that can't drive, we can imagine you learn how to drive. The sort of confidence that it's the same thing with life. So yeah, I have 3 daughters. Yeah. When you say how small is small, that's a difficult question. If I say my small, that would be a homemaker big. What I started with? Yes. Back in 2011. Yes. Code the figure, it will bust your mind. It wasn't small. What I started was very big. It was big. 9 figure big. What I started with. It wasn't necessarily the best start. That's what I'll tell you. It wasn't necessarily the best start. Because like I said, it's like somebody gives you a loan now. They give you a loan of 20 million. You are just starting a business. With the loan comes repayment, it comes interest, it comes everything. I just started a business, I just started to figure out how do you make repayments, how do you pay back the interest. Most likely you default on the loan. Most likely it will ruin your chances of getting any further loan you get. So where I started from wasn't necessarily the best start. You know, it was from a point of misinformation. Because they just throw money at it, you will figure it out to get it. So that's why if I recommend to anybody, I would say start small. Don't start big. Money it's an advantage in the hand of somebody who is experienced. It's a disadvantage in the hand of a novice who's just starting a business. So if it's your inheritance, you start and you lose it. You get it. If it's a bank loan you start with, and you start with at the mega scale, then you have to pay interest. You have to pay back the principal. If your business is not doing well and you're still trying to figure out your business, it's a problem for you. So you get blacklisted on the platform, you can't borrow money again, you get it. So you start small. Small depends on your situation now. And I don't know what business each individual is doing, but like I said, business is a game of repetition. Whatever you are doing now, you want to repeat it. If you are a tailor, you want more people to come and sew. You are repeating the same act of sewing. If you are a trader, you want more people to come and buy. So it's a game of supply and demand. So if you start small, you get it. If it's money you are doing, there's so much demand. You get it. Then you be forced to go to 2 to 3. You get it to 4. You know, to cater for it. But then it's very predictable. You sort of understand that in a month, okay, maybe 10 people are asking me for this product. Then you know, okay, let me keep 10. You get it. 20 people are asking me, it's time to scale up to 20. But like I said, if you had the money, I bought 50. And nobody's asking you for it. You are tying that working capital for, you get it. So I'll give you a good example. At the restaurant, we carry all brands of alcohol. When we started, the manager would buy this, buy that. Some alcohol is there, 1 year, nobody's drinking it. Whatever money you're tying now is a waste. It's a waste for you. But it's money you should have turned over and over. So whatever skill you are, you just want to start small and be able to repeat the process as many times as possible.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
today's sessions, what would it be? Give me your expression. Just give me your expression. Just give me one word. Don't echo, don't whisper, say it out. Super. Alright, that's actually what we want for you. So quickly, if you are not on the general group chat, go to this particular link now. bit.ly/join-pump. Capital letter, join pump. If you are not on the general group chat, please do that right away. So, I told us that there will be a task that will be given, what will be shared into 10 groups, right? So in each of these cardboards, we have 10 different questions. So I don't know how you pair yourself into 10, but I'm going to give it out, 10 groups. You have to answer it as a group. Then you give us one person to come and present the solution in 1 minute. Are we good to go? So you have a maximum of 10 minutes to brainstorm together, then 1 minute for your appointed leader to discuss this. Are we good to go? So I'm taking this to be the first group. This table, okay, everybody in this room, like this middle line. You have one. 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 Okay. All right. Okay. I can give two to this place. I'm not giving that table. Okay. Take this. Just for the three of you. Let me give that back. So you have just 10 minutes for this. You have to just show yourself. We have 1 minute left. We have just 1 minute left. I'm sure you are choosing your representative already. I'm sure you are choosing your representative already. 30 seconds. 29 seconds. 28 seconds. 27 seconds. 26. 25. 24. 2, 3. 2, 21 seconds, 20 seconds, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can we all face this place, please? I believe you enjoyed the brainstorming session, right? You're able to interact. Beautiful. I believe you have your representative. You do, right? Please, this particular session of brainstorming is over. Can we all look here, please? I tell you to bring your representative, you have every one of them ready, right? You have them ready. Good. I turn these fast fights. Hello, one else. Please don't fight on this show. That's why I did not put which club is the best. Either it's Man U or Arsenal. I know it's that one that you can be throwing chairs. One else, please. Alright. Before we go into you bringing out your leader to talk and tell us the problem or the question on your cardboard and also the solution that everybody has provided to that particular question. Everybody, please, can I have your attention, please? Can I have your attention? Alright, good. Can I have your attention? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, if you look at what is here, one particular thing I've seen as a problem for most entrepreneurs and most people in the business space, either you're working as an employee or you have your own business, is communication. A lot of people, they lack that eloquence in speaking, such that you don't know how to pass your message from your end to the receiver's end, and this is a major problem. So I've been thinking of a way to actually get it done. I proposed having a virtual class for 4 Saturdays. I did it with just 2 people and it was awesome. So I decided, let me just take it a bit further into having a physical class. So that's why I brought out executive public speaking and presentation and eloquence workshop. This is going to take place for in 3 days. We're looking at 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of October. Of course, 1st of October is Saturday. And you know you'll be giving holiday. They'll be teaching you on how you can speak in public, how you can speak eloquently. And not just that, there's some of you in your pronunciation of words, there's a way you need to learn how to tune your tongue. Find you are from a particular tribe, Igbos, Yoruba, Hausa, you know, there's a way your tongue is being conditioned or twisted. That when you speak, people know where you're coming from. But there's still a way you talk that people will not be able to fathom that this is where you are from, or this is the tribe that you actually belong. So this is why I'm making this class. It's for people, it's for you entrepreneurs, executive public speaking, presentation, and eloquence workshop. Say, get trained to speak with eloquence, confidence, and clarity while getting paid for it. I won't just teach you how to speak, we won't just teach you how to communicate, but we'll give you the step-by-step guide on how you can speak and get paid for it. Okay? To you, fine, I might be talking, when we go through those particular programs for free, but there is a way by which you can still get paid from all these free programs. There are ways to do that, which during that course of that program, you will be taught. There are some of you want to do your videos on Instagram or whatever platforms you want to use. You don't know how to set the camera. You don't know where to look at when you're talking. What apps? Do you know that there's a particular app where when you're talking and you don't want to forget anything at all, you can write them on the teleprompter. While you are speaking to the public using your camera, it will be scrolling on your screen what you've written down. There is an app for that. So all of these things we will be teaching you in the course of this class. And it's not at all a small guy thing. We're not taking multitude, we're not taking crowd. We are going for just 25 people. So 25 delegates only. In that class, you have your breakfast, you have your lunch. That is settled. Also, you have a branded t-shirt that will be for you alone. So if you're a public speaker or a salesperson, entrepreneurs, clergies, authors, leaders, professionals, and coaches, this is for you. And it will be taking place in Ilorin, Kwara State. But the actual address will be told to people that actually register for it. And for something like this, it's not cheap. However, we have to make it very, very much affordable for you. For 3 days, just 3 days, all what we are training you on, they are totally free from us. But you are only covering the logistics. Remember, for 3 days, we pay for the all, we pay for the food you are going to eat, the t-shirt and all that. So you see, you are the one bearing all the logistics. But for the training, it is absolutely free. Okay? So for 25,000 naira only, 25,000 naira only, you get yourself a seat in this particular program. I spoke with Mr. Ayodele Alade the other time, and he will be sponsoring just 5 people from his end, 5 people from his company to come. So that means 20 slots only that are remaining. Okay? So if you are joining the cohorts today, I mean today, being the 28th of August through to the 31st of August, you are allowed an early bird period of 20,000 naira only. 20,000 naira only. So if you pay between now and the end of August, you pay 20,000 naira. But after the 31st of August, you pay 25,000 naira for this particular session. You can see what we have. Understanding the dynamics of public speaking, presentation, and eloquence. The business of public speaking. This is where we have skilled and trained public speakers, but they are broke. There's a way you can turn what you say into cash for yourself. It is actually doable. Then how to handle the camera, virtual and physical speech presentation. You are being invited as a speaker on Zoom, but you don't know how to coordinate yourself. How can you change your background? There are so many things you need to learn about virtual presentation, because by the time you are invited on a global scale, how can you know that even your internet is strong for you to go on live? So that you not go live and the time you start having hiccups, we start having I'm sorry, it's the network issue. You know, this is Nigeria, but you need to think on a global level. Then we'll also be talking about how to speak with clarity and eloquence. When Mr. Ayodele Alade was speaking, you could hear everything he was saying, right? But some people couldn't. It's not about you even constructing a sentence or you speaking grammar. It's about you speaking something that people can get the message you're passing across. Okay? There's a skill to this. There's a strategy to this. Okay? And you'll be given a certificate of participation at the end of the 3 days. So you can see a whole lot are embedded in this for a very, very, very meager amount. 25,000 naira. And I said, if you're paying between now to 31st of August, you are paying just 20,000 naira only for that. If you're interested in the offer, at the end of this class, or you send me a personal message and I'll walk you through the way it's going to be. It's taking place 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of October. Don't worry, your lunch is covered. If you are fasting, you pack your food and go home. Okay? Breakfast is covered, lunch is covered, your t-shirt, not your t-shirt, a t-shirt, correct one, because we are all about excellence here. Okay? So that will be that on that particular one. Can I have your representative, please? Please, you have 1 minute, and I will be timing you myself. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, let's start from this table. Who is your representative? 1 minute. 1 minute. So we go like this. Hello? One house. We go this way. Once you're done with this place, we come to this middle. Then we take it on from here. All right.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah. The question before us says that identify 4 brands and we should give their business models. So as a team, we came up with 4 popular brands in Nigeria, and then we began with Coca-Cola. 1. We have Out of Tara. Number 3, we have Sidney that just left here. And then we have Apple. And then the business model. What are business models? Business models are plans that show how a business or how a business expects to go about financing, revenue, and also the customer they have intended to meet up with. So all of us know Coca-Cola, like we have on our tables now, we have Coke, we have Pepsi, but today we have Coca-Cola as our brand. Coca-Cola has a business model to customers, as their client base and customers first of all. That's one. Then we have also Apple. The Apple, their products are also for customers. Sidney that let's say just now has its own business plan or model to either customers directly or to other businesses. And then lastly we have Out of Tara. Out of Tara is a makeup outfit that produces makeup and beauty products rather. Manufacturing of them and then we sell and wholesale and all, and they are also customer base. I think that's all we have as a team. Thank you very much.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking about should business model be copied? Give your answer. Should business models be copied? Why? Because when you are looking at a business, you have to see what business, what offer are they giving. Is it for service? Is it for product? Is it for what market are they looking at before you copy a business model? Now, so when you want to copy a business model, you have to know your own why. Why are you starting that business? So that's what will give you more clarity on what you want to actually copy on. So that's just the
Next question.
Okay, so the question here was that what are major issues affecting brand? And then we were just asking ourselves to just use ourselves as points or as reference points. So what are you going through? And then became listing quite a number of things, right? So sales is a major issue. You know, some people talk about capital or funding. Then someone talked about reaching their target audience and brand positioning, knowledge gap, and wanting to know all and all that. I'll just talk about a few of it. That okay, so because we are unable to position ourselves very well, it's quite difficult for you to access your target market, and indirectly, once you can access your target market, you might not be able to get the sort of revenue that you want. You might make sales, but you might not get the sort of revenue that you want. And another thing that we said was knowledge gap. So that means the reason why we are having that problem is because we don't know what we're supposed to know. Because if we know what maybe people who are doing excellently well in our fields are doing, if we know them, then we'll definitely excel. So knowledge gap is so much for brand. They just started a business, and we could draw inference from what Mr. Hairsense, quote unquote, said. He said, you know, we're in a time where everybody just wants to be the boss of their own, so they are not trying to intern. And in internship and apprenticeship is when you get the knowledge of how to do certain things. And also a major problem is wanting to own everything all, owning 100% of nothing. So you don't want to collaborate because you want to be the CEO and all of that. And I think that's a major issue. Thank you.
Awesome. Don't forget to tell us your questions and the answer. Please, who is the next? I said something in the last session. I said we've only had one wedding ceremony here from Entrepreneurs Forum. That's Mr. Naheem and his wife. Okay? Please and please network. It's important. I want to come to your wedding and eat. Right. Alright, the next.
To go into any product, you must know what is So I think it's said you have what you want, and we have talked to stores the strategy related to growth in the business. So in what we wrote here, the first thing you need to do is you know how to package your product, and you must source for the right raw materials, because we have diverse of costs. So they are kind of corn that is used for popcorn. It's not every corn that is usable for this popcorn. And you must make sure that you have to process your raw materials so that you give the right taste. And one thing, let me add one thing to it. You must have a model. If you are going to a product, so if you want to produce anything, you must look for the kind of product that is gaining ground and is similar to that product. So you learn from Thank you.
Awesome, that's awesome. So you've had strategy, you want to go into a popcorn business, you've gotten the strategies to actually get that done. Yes or yes?
The question goes, discuss the strategies needed to grow an internet data and airtime business. First and foremost, you have to know your target market, which in terms of starving crowd. So your starving crowds are your students, youths, and the old people. Then you have to create, the second aspect of it, in order to scale it, you have to create an outlet network with all these people. Then the outlet network is going to be in form of that. You select some people, you train them on how to do this business, then if necessary, you can fund them. At the end of the day, you want to bring back to you. So the third aspect of it is the accessibility. the products, once people are able to access you whenever they need it, they will come back to you for that product. So introduce offers to provide more values. So when you give values to people, maybe in terms of giving 10 gig for 200 naira, like you buy 10 gig from them and you get cash for 200 naira, people will come in for you. So then the last one, you have the customer review. Wherever you send that out to people and they, whatever comment they make on your WhatsApp, you can post it and give people let people see what they say, they've said. So from there, people will come in for you. So where to send, you can send on your WhatsApp, tell your friends, here and there, Instagram.
1 second.
Doing that, you'll be able to get more value to yourself and grow the internet business. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. I love that scene. They clap for their leader. Thank you very much.
So the question we have here is, what separates big brands from small brands?
Okay.
So if you are going to go by the Agile business model, then what big brands do differently that small brands do not understand? Big brands analyze, they design, they develop, they implement, and they evaluate their process. So the things that separate big brands from small brands, we've highlighted 10 things. And we have the decision-making process, we have the risk-taking, we have brand mission, brand goals for brand alignment, we have the creative processes, the innovation process. Big brands majorly think outside the box, small brands do not. We have the robust structure. Big brands have a structure in place that allows them to maneuver whatever it is that they want to do. They have strong policies. Then the capital and resources. Small brands are restricted to a particular growth point because they don't have enough resources or enough capital. Big brands can spread their wings wherever they like and wherever they like. Then the customer base and targeted audience as well. Then the accounting and reports. Big brands make lots of accounting and reports in order to measure their growth and to measure their income flow. But small brands get to do that. Then the last thing is the vast network, the reaches and the opportunities. Big brands have lots of opportunities. They have access to grants and all those stuff. But small brands do not. Thank you.
I love that. The next group, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, man.
So we have what are the factors of the of a business? One, economic factor, where we have when the supply of money is larger than the distribution of the goods and services, it affects the growth of the business, and it actually forces you to increase when the money you're using to produce a good or for your service is more, then you'll be forced to add money to your product, and that would actually reduce your consumer purchasing power. So we also have less competent employees. When you have less competent employees, it would affect the growth of the business, and we have lack of confident customers. When your customers or your consumers are not confident about your product, it will also affect the growth of your business, because more confident customers tend to spend more than less confident customers. Thank you.
Bravo. I think I guess that.
Thanks, the organizer of this webinar. I'm very Mohammed by name. The question before me is what is the purpose of business plan? Okay. To start with, business plan is a blueprint that shows the vision, we talk about the business value of a business and other related factors, other related items. So what are the purpose of a business plan? For the sake of time, we have just 5 points here. Okay. So the first one is, the purpose of a business plan is to guide yourselves throughout the business. As a business person, you have to be very organized. So a business plan will help you throughout your journey. It will help to guide yourself, whatever thing you want to do in your business. That's the first thing. The second one is to show the viability of the business. There is always this say that as a business person, you have to be very optimistic. So you have to believe in the success of your business. Your business plan, how much energy you chance your business plan will make you have the belief of success in that business. So a good business plan will actually motivate you and propel you to do more for the success of your business. So the third point here is, it's also budgeting and financing. So as a business person, in the business, you already have your structure. So how much you need to set aside for each department, or for each actions will be stated in your business plan. Then how you finance them. The fourth point here is about implementation. So you don't have to think more because you already have your business plan. Haven't got your budgeting right and your financing. So the next thing you should do is to take action. You have to take action for the success of your business. And the last point here is it helps in evaluation. After all the process you've undergone as a business person, so you have to evaluate your process. And you check, thereafter you can go back to your business plan where you need to add, where you need to make amendments, where you need to, where you need to do from your business. So that's the point.
Also, the next person, that's okay. Ladies, our guys are handsome.
Wow. Good evening, sir. Okay, I'm Ayodele Alade by name. Okay, our question is, what should you consider before starting a business? So number one here is have a business idea. You need a business idea before you can start any business. What do you want to go into? So the next thing is acquire knowledge from experts in your niche, skills, and have skills and make research. That means you need to gain knowledge. Maybe you want to be a fashion designer. You need to know how to make clothes. You want to be a baker. You need to know how to bake cakes and the like. Then number 3 point here. The third point here is identify your target audience. Who are those that will be needing your product? Who are those that are going to be selling to? That one is very important. Then have a business plan. What do you want? How do you want your business to look like? That's that. And another point is have a vision and mission for the business. Because when you have a vision and mission for the business, it will keep the business going. It will help the growth of the business. And lastly, source for capital. You need capital to start a business. Thank you very much, sir.
Good evening, everyone. So we actually got this question: how do you get funds for your business? So then we came up with these solutions. With what we do, we have shoemaker in the group, we have a fashion designer, we have a photographer, and we have an event planner. So on number 1 point, the shoemaker said, actually said, saving up, no, the fashion designer, he said, she saved up allowance. She saved up the allowance. And the money came from rendering service to people. That's how she got funds for her business. Wow. Then, number 2, the shoemaker, he make researches. He make research. So he make research. That is, then he said he also got money for supporting the main business. That's making research about the business that can venture to, that can bring money for him. Then be a problem solver. That is not just looking to the money that you are making. Make sure that you are solving people's problem. Like the things you are doing, the services you are rendering, you solving people's problem. That is part of the things that you can do to get funds for your business. Then seeking for funds through grants and entrepreneurship environment programs. Like there are these people that are already succeeding in business that they want to support small scale business like startup. Then pitching businesses for investors. Then from the event planner, getting an advance payment from client, that is booking down, that you can get money before you get part of the money of the services you'll be rendering before you render the service. So that's it. Thank you.
All right. If your hands are not too busy, please jam your hands together and celebrate yourself. Okay, I believe you all enjoyed ourselves today. In fact, today was and is still awesome. Going by the nugget share is not something you can Google. I'm not going to believe that. What Mr. Lawal and Mr. Alade share, they are not things you can Google at all. At all. Imagine someone losing over 900 million naira and he's still standing. We We have not started. Okay, this is to appreciate everybody. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your support so far. On behalf of myself, my amazing team, my team members, let me call out your brand name. Alright, on behalf of my amazing brands that work together the store, we have Sammy Art Designs. Hello, we have Sammy Art Designs is in charge of the cinematography and everything video. Please let me celebrate Sammy Art Designs. It's been consistent so far. Also, we have Black VNG. Yeah, is the able photographer, also a graphic designer, and a video editor. Also, we have Top Stars Design is present here. Then we have Atura Boy Ministry. Okay. Then we have Dual Worship and Crystal Sounds is also present here. Then I have my amazing Tia Fashion. That is Justina. Then we have Siege Apparel, Blossoms by Ayo, Chrissy, and Lupush Special. Thank you so much for making this worthwhile. It was awesome working with every one of you. Till we meet again next month, I remain your amazing, awesome, adorable, alluring, gorgeous Akolade Oluwatoba. I love you. This marks the end of the Entrepreneur's Club with Akolade Oluwatoba 8.0. See you in September.